Okay. Okay, we live. Okay. Respect to everybody that's coming in and respect to everybody that's watching the replay. Today, the Dow Jones is down, and like I told everybody, people should always bet on both sides. The 3x bull pretty much went down, but the 3x bear went up. The Dow Jones is having some type of issues when it comes to bonds being bought up because the bonds is being bought up at actually $120 billion scale by the Treasury, by the Fed Department, and the U.S. Treasury bonds is 20-year and 30-year bonds. So that's pretty much bonds is pretty much a hedge against the market. So it has no ties to the stock market. It's pretty much its own standalone asset. Same thing with gold. So gold bull is up a lot. The dollar supply is pretty much at all-time highs. And we're going to be able to look at a couple stock plays that actually blew up. We got a few of them that were on the list and that was on the previous episode that did very well. So in the past 5 days, we have a lot of big gains when it comes to CYBL. And CYBL, for anybody that doesn't know, that is a government contract stock based off the U.S. National Guard and the U.S. Army. And we have DAER, that's the Bill Gates stock, where Bill and Melinda Gates gave him that company a $50 million grant. The grant is pretty much bullish news. People that I told to get involved with that the last time we streamed, that is a $5 to $6 hold due to the fact that they got upfront funding publicly. Just imagine the backdoor funding that can be able to be done. But I want everybody to be able to know this is an open panel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If anybody wanted to come up, anybody have any questions, feel free to be able to join. Feel free to be able to join. So all the plays that I told everybody to get involved in, MWWC, actually did very well. So we're going to be able to look at that. Crypto isn't available for trading in Vegas. Mr. Williams, respect to you. I don't know what you mean. People that have Robinhood can be able to get on the trading platforms. Last time I checked. But if anybody wants to come up, please come up. My role is to be able to cam up to make sure that I know that you're not trolling. You're a serious person with serious questions. But we're going to look at the Dow Jones. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to be able to look at the chart so we can all react on both what's going on. I got Robinhood. Okay, because people was putting money on Dogecoin when it comes to Robinhood. I use TD Ameritrade when it comes to the plays. So the plays that you are going to be able to look right now are all based on TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab, if that's like a alternative. So let me share my screen. Okay. And for all the people that's coming in, please like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video. Okay. Fresh dish. Okay. The Dow is currently red. Down 53 points. It opened up. It actually had a good open. So people that have the bull, people should always know when you have the bull, Dow Jones to 3x leverage, always know it's based on a time period. That's why they always say it's a daily thing when it comes to trading. Both bulls of the technology bull and also the China bear is actually doing good because China stocks has a huge sell-off. You got corporations like Cathie Wood, and we also got Fed chairman today is going to be able to say what he needs to say. Apple stock and the technology stocks is pretty much booming. So TECL is the technology bull. That has a 3x, so that actually did well. But pretty much for the downturn, it seemed like the news is all talking about inflationary. Everything is inflationary news. So that's why I tell people to always hedge their bets when it comes to when you trade, because the SDAO is the inverse of the Dow Jones. So this means you could be able to profit off of the downturn of the stock market. So as we see the chart right here, this is the inverse. So anytime you see short or bear, that's pretty much you betting against the market. So as the Dow Jones keeps it going plummeting downward, this goes up vertically, and it's also $31. And it's also $31 as well. So that's SDOW. So it's ticker SD, well, SDOW. I don't know what happened on my screen. So that's SDOW. So this is a strategy how to bet against the stock market when we have issues with inflationary things, and also you buy the bonds 3x as well. So the bond market is pretty much something that people can get involved as a 3x. You can be able to make sure your money is getting reinvested, leveraged. So that is a strategy that I just told right now. Doge is around 30 cents. Well, 20 cents right now. When you suppose it be well, it could be growth. It could be a growth based off a pump. It has to have another Elon. How can I say it? Elon Hail Mary pump where out of nowhere he pretty much says Doge and everybody go crazy and have fear of missing out type of fantasies. But with Doge, it has to gain adaptation from businesses actually accepting all of those payments and transactions on Doge. Only how that could be able to expand it from 20 cents to $5, unless we got high expanding volume when it comes to that. But Rashid, respect to you. And if anybody needs my email, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. But if anybody wants to come up, this is an open panel. Feel free, open business panel. We're going to talk about real estate as well. We're going to talk about how Elon Musk is going to affect and shift the whole Dallas market for the whole Dallas and Austin area as well. So that means a lot of tech jobs is going to be there. So properties that are in the Austin Hills, we say it all the time, 300, 400, 600, 700, 800,000 in 3 years, bet you. So that will be a market that actually can be able to withstand itself when pretty much property values tend to crash, when rent moratoriums and pretty much all the tax foreclosures, because foreclosures affect the market. So also, we also got a used car market. So I need to get y'all informed when it comes to the used car stocks. Is actually a way how to be able to get some good quick gains due to the fact that used car sales is at all-time high. So I'm going to show you guys that article right now as we speak. Okay, give me one moment. Give me one slight moment. Good. I'm going to give you the article, and I'm also going to give you the other article when it talks about stocks to benefit. But those stocks is kind of overvalued. So I'm going to do some research when it comes to a lot of used cars stocks that are affordable and a good entry buy. Because we got to also come to think that we got to get a good entry buy, because these stocks is already like lightning hot since the past 6 months. But if everybody can see my screen. Okay, surge in car prices makes some used vehicles worth more than new ones. For the years, we have been told not to buy a new car because it loses value as soon as you drive it off the lot. Right now, the rules are a little different. So now we got used cars pretty much being bought in a very high volume to the point where now they're extremely high. But this is a Cleveland news syndicate. So this is Cleveland, Ohio. For decades, buying a brand new vehicle for one that's lightly used has always been the most economic way to go car shopping. Not anymore. Used car prices are surging as the market is lopsided to say the least right now. New vehicles, limited inventory because of a chip shortage is really what the focus has been on. Cars are coming in, but they're either sold, pre-sold, if there is not, and also they're also leased. A lot of cars is being leased. A lot of cars is being leased. Don't, don't let the article lead you and fool you. But this, let me give you guys the link. But this is pretty much a testament of how the jail is being priced up. But as the article says, the next big, well, I think the next big out of a lot of the stocks that they recommend. It's a lot of word salad, but we'll get through this. The next best option is to search for a model that is sold. It's 5. But car sales is pretty much up 37% from the article. And the second article is going to have two stocks that really people should be buying, because ain't no way in hell people should be buying a $200 stock expecting it to go $400. Usually $200 stocks don't have them big jumps unless the volume is pretty much at $10 billion in a week span. So that means $2 billion every single day in order to get big jumps. Where this $200 stock that the second article that I'm about to go over is trying to recommend y'all, but used cars. So people that are in the used cars business, they need to be able to figure out what's going to be their agenda going forward, because it is their opportunity to make more money, because we have a manufacturing supply chain issue, and chip manufacturers is pretty much all tied up. So people should be able to focus on what is going to be their necessary plan moving forward, because we all should be able to have at least 2 stocks that's involved with the up and the down. So people should always make sure that they benefit always off of hedging your bets. That's why I always encourage people should always look at inverses and also 3x leverage ETFs, because that intensifies. Matter of fact, let me say it instantly and intensifies your purchasing power. Because if the Dow Jones is up 8% of the year, then that means you can be up 24% with a leverage 3x ETF. But if anybody wants to come up, that's the link. I'm starting to lose my voice. If anybody want to come up, please feel free to join. We're going to go to the next article. Okay. Okay. So this is from investing.com. This is also a good source to be able to look at. 3 stocks to buy to benefit from the red hot used car market. While electric vehicles companies face difficulties in manufacturing new cars, a global semiconductor shortage, and the need to travel while maintaining social distance remains, the demand for used cars has been increasing massively. Given the background, we think Group A Automotive. See, this is the overpriced one. This is around $200. I like Car Gurus over GPI. But this is $200. This is around $30. I think if somebody had a call option for $40 at the end of the year, if you do options or just be able to buy the stock and hold it, I think Car Gurus will outperform Group A Automotive. And also they have America's Car Mart, which I never heard of, CRMT. Definitely have to do some research. But it says here, should witness solid sales growth in the incoming quarters. So 3 stocks are good bets now, in their opinion. These are not my recommendations, but this article is definitely intriguing on how the car sales is up to the point where it's outbeating a lot of new models due to the fact that there's less new models and people aren't buying the new models. People are buying the 2018s, 2019s, and the 2017s as well. So let's discuss the global chip manufacturer. This is a lot of word salad because I already discussed the manufacturer TSM. That's the microchip manufacturer. So that's Taiwan Semiconductors. That's TSM that trades on the New York Stock Exchange as well. So GPI is overpriced in my opinion. It's up today, but it's 168. So it's about to breach 200. And this right here, CARG, is actually a dip buy because it's 26. So, pretty much as the article is just entailing that it's a growing demand for more usage of cars, and manufacturers of EV is pretty much backed up. So it's going to give people opportunities, people that have used cars, dealerships, or people that do car flipping as well. They're probably going to make a lot of money off of the fact that the EV people have a lot of flaws when it comes to their manufacturing a sufficient number to meet the growing needs in that new market. So this is literally a 6-month boom of a lot of used car sales. It says here also several used car companies are now integrating advanced technologies in their platforms, making it much easier for customers to buy used cars online. The Mayhem Index, which is recognized as the premier indicator of pricing trends in the used vehicle market, has hit 191.4 value in mid-April, represents 52% year-over-year increase. So let me repeat this again. So this index right here has literally been recognized as the premier indicator of pricing trends. And it has been represented a 52% year-over-year increase. And according to Modor Intelligence, the used car market is expected to increase so that's I think that's a continual annual growth rate, a compound annual growth rate. So that's what this acronym means right here. Over more than 10% over the next 5 years. So that's 50%. It can be 50% every annual year. So these are the 3 stocks that they recommend. I think Car Gurus is actually better than GPI. I don't like GPI. GPI is, for one thing, too overpriced. 3, the chart is actually not even at a dip. The chart is not even at a dip. Respect to you, Courtney. Respect to you. If anybody want to come up on the panel, I will put the link in the chat. But the used car market is definitely something that's booming right now. And Chinese stocks is actually bearish. Crypto markets is actually plummeting because last time I checked, Bitcoin was at 35. Now it's at 31. So all you hodlers out there, you got to be able to figure out one thing. Invest in stocks that invest into the blockchain technology so you can always get those gains, because blockchain stocks is going up more than actual Bitcoin, to be honest. So y'all need to invest in the technology. Always invest into the shovels and equipment of the gold rush, and not the actual journey and quest of being involved too deeply into that gold rush, because it's definitely a gold rush. Because people are expecting Bitcoin to go up $100,000 a coin. People that really put mortgages out on their houses expecting this big, extreme high yield, which I'm not anti Bitcoin and crypto, but you got a lot of barriers that are affecting it right now. So that is the link for anybody who wants to come up. I'm going to be on here for a minute. So if people come in and come out, definitely feel free to be able to come back in. But when people talk about the crypto market, I think that people should focus on the technology, the AI, the IoT, the cybersecurity aspects of the companies that do that situation, because cybersecurity is pretty much like a revolving thing when it comes to protecting a lot of data. And the blockchain does a lot of useful stuff. So the blockchain is the must. The cryptos and the coins and the hype, that's cool. That's cool. But you got to be able to make sure you can benefit off of it going up or down. And you always have to have a strategy on knowing what's the biggest trend. Now, I always tell people Cardano, because I told people Cardano when it was like 15 cents and now it's at $1.50. I think Cardano can hit another run of $3 to $4, meaning that people that would get in now at the late stage can be able to 3-4x their money. But when it comes to certain markets, people should always look at the inverse so you can make money off the downturn, because the inverse is always in reverse of what the bull is doing. So, and plus you got a lot of regulations, man. You got the SEC want to do this crypto passport shit. So let me research that real quick. Matter of fact, we're going to look at the article of the crypto passport, because people always ask my opinion on this. I think that crypto passport is going to not destroy the market, but it's going to somewhat hold it back. So let's look at the crypto passport. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm going to type this in. Crypto passport. Okay. Because the crypto passport doesn't really help the market at all. It literally, all these restrictions just make it to the point where a lot of people either say, well, this is too much. This is literally too much when it comes to getting involved in the market exchanges. But, stuff like Robinhood, Robinhood give you access to it, because you can invest in a Doge at 20 cents and hopefully it goes up to $1, which I got a lot of more stock market plays like EVIO. That's under a penny. And if it goes to 10 cents, that's 100x. So you got better plays in the stock market. That's why I always say diversify your information, because a lot of crypto traders pretty much say, well, when stocks was down, crypto was up. Well, that's right. But now crypto is not going up or down, but it's consolidating. So it's going sideways. So let me share my screen so we can look at these crypto passport articles. This is something that I find very alarming. Very alarming. Plan B Passports is selling citizenships for tax havens to crypto investors. Okay, this is CNBC. So it's not a biased, well, at least my political bias. So it's NBC. They talk about this company sells passports to Americans looking for a tax break on their Bitcoin profits. Plan B Passport offers crypto-rich clients a path to a second passport in their pick of 7 most tropical tax haven states, which all are exempt from capital gains taxes on crypto holdings. Okay. The company works in tandem with each government, residence, or citizenships by investment programs. It's also an attractive way to draw foreign investment, especially in prominent countries with few natural resources, said Emmett Morales, an attorney with international tax firm. Okay, I heard of that tax firm before. So this is pretty much a Russian expat. Well, she is literally a multi-billionaire. She has a lot of money. Katie has a lot of money. Before I go any further, Katie, this name right here, researcher, because she's literally spent, I heard her about her 5 years ago, but it says here, the past 3 years help people see, this is bias. See, this is a bias. This is why I don't like this source really, but dodge taxes on their Bitcoin gains. See how they try to label y'all? Tax dodges. It's all of a part of her mission to stick it to the man. One case of tax avoidance at a time. So Plan B passports, I think, is around $200,000. Well, they say up to 100,000, but I heard around 200,000, under 200,000 at a value on getting these little passports. But that is her. That's a picture of her. She has literally made billions off of this. People can see the link for themselves. But for all the people that want to be able to say, well, I'm just trying to be able to find a new transition, that's Katie. I ain't gonna be able to blast her last name like that, but because she's going very rogue, because she's literally teaching people how to be able to go to Puerto Rico and pay literally zero in taxes, which Jake Paul and a lot of these other big names are actually transitioning and moving to Puerto Rico to be able to have that 0% taxes, 0% in business taxes. So it's a tax strategy move. But that article is biased because they try to say, oh, you're tax dodging. No. You guys are trying to tax crypto profits 40%. But that is the link to the source. That is the link to the source. But that is a Plan B passport tax break. But I think that's a way how to be able to track people. Because, decentralized platforms is definitely against establishment. That is definitely against establishment. So, people want to come up, feel free to come up. I would love for people to come up to have any questions, any type of questions, any type of strategies you would need, or a plan, investment, whatever type of investment type of strategy that you're interested in. Please come up. Feel free. People that's coming in, please like the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also for people that wants to donate, $ Mr. Perfect 23G. $ Mr. Perfect 23G is my Cash App. But anybody wants to come up, feel free. It's an open panel. But we're going to go to this next article of this passport situation. I don't even like CNBC. That was like literally the biggest article, but you guys can be able to look at the source so you guys can see that I'm not lying to y'all. I am not lying to y'all. They just literally trying to transition everybody to be either a global citizen where you can be tracked, or pretty much they're trying to say, well, you're trying to escape taxes, you're dodging tax. Because look at all these articles, all these biased, very biased, slanted articles. Plan B passport is selling citizenship for tax havens just for $200,000. That is the price. That is the price. So these are for people that has multi-millions of dollars in crypto holdings in order to be able to do this little partnership agreement. The company brokers citizenship for tax haven nations that do not require capital gains on cryptocurrency assets for $200,000. You can become a citizen in one of the 7 jurisdictions that do not impose capital gains taxes on cryptocurrency holdings. A company named Plan B Passport, found by a former professional sailboat racer, offers high-end clients the opportunity to do that. So clients that can choose 7 nations can become a citizens of Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Nevis, Portugal, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and also Vanuatu. And also Puerto Rico as well. Puerto Rico has 0% taxes. They forgot about Puerto Rico in this article. The company's founder, Kenny Anomia, puts the idea behind Plan B Passport. As an investor, I strong enough to figure out that 200 in Bitcoin will be worth 100,000 at some point. I don't think that the government should have 40% of that. Like I told y'all, they want a 40% cut. They want a 40% cut. buying a foreign passport. Most Plan B passports clients are originally from the United States, Canada, and United Kingdom, or Australia. To jump for a few hoops, the governments of each country, they offer citizenship or residence by utilizing investment programs. And investment programs are usually like tax abatements, tax cuts, tax credits. This story is pretty much long, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Pretty much cost you 200,000. 200,000. 200,000 liquid to be able to get access to the privilege to say that, well, I don't have to pay no capital gains. But they also forgot about Puerto Rico as well, because a lot of people are moving to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is the move for them. So with Puerto Rico having a lot of these millionaires, if they want to be able to get any type of business activity or economic activity where the economy can actually build up and grow with a lot of its resorts, which I told people on a lot of previous live streams, resort investments should be people's transition when they get everything settled here in America. Should always focus on transitioning on resort investments, because you got rappers, you got entertainers that's willing to spend 5,000-6,000 per night to be able to be in those rentals and condos that are worth 300,000 over there, but look like $2 million easily in New York City or Miami or Orlando, or big cities like that. But it's all pretty much based off of people's understanding of what are big people doing. Because you got a lot of corporations that's pretty much buying people's houses up. People should always stay focused on what is their next move. So we're going to look at CYBL. CYBL, I've been preaching to y'all about this forever. But y'all, we got a winner on this one. Because anytime it's down like this, it's a buy to dip opportunity. So it started off with a dip, rose back up, crashed down, rose back up again, crashing down, consolidating. This is a buy to dip opportunity. Because in the past 5 days, up 40%. Past month, as you can see, I told y'all about this a longer time ago in the list. This is Cyberlux Corp, U.S. Army National Guard. Pretty much went over that. So let's go to the next one. IKOT. This is up 30%. It actually had rose up from the start, went down a little bit, consolidated. It's going sideways, but this is a stock ticketer that I told y'all about since the past month. It's up 115% in the past 5 days. It has a merger coming up, so this can be 10 cents. This can be 10 cents easily, and it just rose up as we speak. Okay, IKTO. IKTO has a merger coming up, and this merger has literally made this stock into literally a runner. So people that get involved in this always look at this situation as a buy opportunity, because this has a merger coming up. And like as I mentioned before, I got cut off abruptly, that this is a winner. Okay, this is definitely a winner. Just making sure my screen was showing. In the past 5 days, up 115%. So from the price target, when I told everybody 0.004 has literally increased from July 8th to the 14th. So that full 5 days had this big run. And it's because it has a merger coming up. It has a merger and also a partnership on the way. So let me move on forward. This is up 62% because of a merger. A price target on this one would be like $1. If anybody did call options or put, because up something that's up 62% is gonna go down the next day usually. So people that are involved when it comes to shorting and doing puts, they can make money off of this. Let me show y'all the 5 days. So up 270%. MMA Global Inc. So it went from 6 cents rose up to 25, took a dip, so it went down, then it consolidated sideways, took a dip, then it's rising back up. So look for more mergers, look for more partnerships, and look for revenues when it comes to this stock. Up 270% in the past 5 days, and this is all because of mergers. That's why you always look for mergers, custodianship, pink current, partnerships, grants. That is ticketer LUSI. So that's MMA Global Inc. And also look for a ticket change on this one. This is a buy the dip opportunity, because this is not going to be 3 cents for too long, because it has pink current on the way. So this is buy the dip opportunity, because this one has a lot of solid news behind it and partnerships. So this would be something that you would hold, because it's up 64%. So when I told you on the other previous stock on LUSI, you should always get prepared of it going down. So if you're people that would like to be able to figure out short puts where you sell high and buy back low and make the money off of the in-between money going downward, that's pretty much how the methods of trading goes all around. So in the past month, up 210%. My price target is at 40 cents. It's at 3 cents right now. Mergers is on the way. Mergers will be on the way. So it literally went from triple zeros to 1 penny to 5 cents. So people should realize that, you don't need a gap, not a gap squeeze, but a gamma squeeze or short squeeze opportunities like AMC and GME to be able to make money in this market. But this is big because of a partnership and also a merger on the way. So actually, this is going to be a hot stock for July as well as it was in June. July, June, and probably August, September, because you got a lot of deadlines when it comes to these stocks that need to be done and dealt with. And this is DARE. This is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation stock that I told y'all about the last episode. That was about 5 days ago. And this is the article link. So it pretty much says here, enter into agreement with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and a new grant up to 48.95, pretty much say 50 million for DARE. It's literally a biotech. So it's pretty much a situation of long agent reversal contractive, and also ENZC is a good biotech as well. So that's ENZC. That's also another good because of it has HIV. It has not the HIV cure, but it can also treat HIV. So this grant supports technology development and preclinical activities to advance DARE towards clinical testing in humans from June 30th to November 1st, 2026. November 1st, 2026. So let me repeat that again for y'all, so for the people in the back. The grant will support technology development, preclinical activities to advance DARE towards clinical testing in humans from June 30th to November 1st, 2026. The company will receive initial payment of $11.4 million in July of 2021. So that's why I told you I'm going to hold this to $5 to $6 because it has a down payment. This is literally the initial down payment of $11 million. Additional payments are contingent upon DARE's program. Oh man, pop up. Programs of achievement of a specific milestones. The price action DARE trades up 23%, up at 187. Damn, a lot of pop-ups in this damn thing. So give me one moment to clear this up. A lot of pop-ups in this website. So I'm going to give you guys the link. So this is a Bill Gates play. $11 million down payment. $50 million pretty much guaranteed on this company. Stock is pretty much running. Respect to everybody that's coming in. Respect to you, CT. David Strong. David Strong, I emailed you. I don't know if you got my email, but I emailed you with my personal line as well. Wadner, shalom. Shalom. But that is the link of why I pretty much told y'all about that stock, because it's $50 million on the table when it comes to this one. It is $50 million, $11 million guaranteed. Have some type of contingency plan so it's get the upfront money and back end money. So this $1, really $2 stock, price target is around $5, $6 by the end of this year. If anybody wanted to come up on the panel, feel free. If anybody want to join in, feel free. Okay, but yeah, Mr. Strong, I gave you 4 free stock lists. So anybody that just email me before they book a consultation, they get those lists, and they also get help around their business as well. But if anybody wants to come up, definitely come up. We could talk real estate. We could talk more stocks if you want, but really like real estate. But I got a couple more plays that I need to give y'all before I do transition to real estate and really open up the panel where people can join in. But if anybody want to join in, I definitely like the conversation. Click the link. Feel free. Feel free to join in because I like conversation. It keeps the stream going. And it also informs other people on pretty much of what other people's strategies are or pretty much what their goals are. So that's Credit Builder 475@gmail.com. For anybody that needs to get in contact with me or want the free list, everybody gets a free list because I want everybody to be informed. So when I go live streaming, you see that the plays that I keep telling everybody and the strategies are actually going up by the chart, not by what I'm saying, not by what I'm talking. By the charts can show you that it's keep on going up because of it's having a merger or having a big stock play or having like the stock that we went over on Bill and Melinda Gates putting $50 million involved into it. Okay, so we have somebody in the back. Okay, I see you. I see you, cool. I see you, cool. I see it. Okay, so I'm going to be able to bring more people onto the panel. Credit Builder 475@gmail.com for a consultation or just for the free list. You can get the free list. You don't even have to spend money with me to make money with me. But it always helps to get some type of direct info based off of your strategy. So I'm going to let you in the panel. So that's Mr. Perfect 23G for donations. And I'm going to need to add more people as moderators too. I'm going to need to add more people as moderators. So I'm going to add him to the panel. Oh, damn. Hold on.
Yo, what's good, real deal?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. If anybody wants to join up on the panel as well, feel free to join it. I don't know why I keep them off.
Yeah, just
I don't know why I keep you off. Damn. Is this connection?
Yo, can you hear me?
Is this connection?
You kind of chopping up a little bit there.
Okay, let me refresh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what is your question?
Well, actually, I want to make a comment here. I know you mentioned like the MAT, the metal materials. I guess that whole play, like I've been doing a little bit of D&D here, and it seems like this is, now they're like a solid company, but it seemed like it's been kind of picking up on the Reddit crowd. It seemed like it's a potential short squeeze as well.
Short squeezes can be good, but metamaterials is pretty much based off of the rare earth green energy play. So people try to discredit it because of saying it. Reddit crowd, these situations are literally a play where this can be picked up by Tesla. This can be picked up by any other type of green energy company. Because rare earth materials like lithium and copper, and I told people about copper stocks for the longest, copper is the new gold. So short squeezes can be good, but you have to always make sure that you know that when it's up 40-50% that day to be able to cash out. And if you're going to get back in at a lower price. Never chase the big extreme runners. Always wait for a dip down. If you're a person that don't understand how to short a stock, meaning that you sell high and buy back low and profit off the margin in between, pretty much like a sandwich deal. So if you don't understand shorting, then just wait until it dips down to be able to do re-entries, because short squeezes can be good for daily or multi-runners. Because last short squeeze when we had this live stream last time was Carver Financial, and I had that literally months ago. I bought banking stocks just to be able to take advantage of banking stocks being at a dip, like I told people to get involved with oil and gas stocks when he was at a dip. Carver blew up from $3 to $40 one day, and it was a big short squeeze. Now it's at 18. I told people don't buy in. I tell people to let it go down. That's why people should always research how to short a stock when you have a big runner. So you can buy the share and also short the stock. And you can do a Mark Cuban play where you can have a call option where you can benefit from it going up. Buy the stock to be able to make sure that you can be able to do a regular normal play where all you got to do is just hold, and have a put to make sure you profit when it goes downturn, and sell your call option to put it into the put. So you can be able to balance your money out and be able to be well diversified. The Brad's Doll, respect you. Respect everybody that's coming in. Respect everybody that's coming in. It's an open panel. If anybody wants to join in, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I love the fact that everybody is starting to be able to come in and starting to adapt to a lot of the plays. The Bratz Doll, we need to get you involved when it comes to certain situations of the market. CYBL and EVIO will be the next play. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to be able to look at EVIO, because that has a police government funding situation that's actually good. So the police will be funding their breathalyzer test for DWI and DUI, so we can be able to have people get involved in something that's under a penny that has ability to 100x off of 10 cents. So a lot of these tags don't even have to go to $1 to be able to have you to be able to make quite a substantial amount of money. So we're gonna look at this right here. Can you mute yourself? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is EVIO up 11% today. It had a dip, but it's roaring back up. This has a government contract when it comes to 14 states when it comes to their departments involving weed breathalyzer tests. So this is a weed cannabis lab. And it also has a merger pink current. When it has mergers and pink current, this stock is going to even blow up even more. That's why I tell people, if it goes up a penny, that's 10x. If it goes up 10 cents, that's 100x. If it goes up $1, that's 1000x. That's literally 1000x. So this is a reason why people should always focus on swing term trading. Always focus on swing trading. Hold on. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you are breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Hear me now?
I hear you.
Okay. So, like I was saying, EVIO, if it be able to go up another 50% in 2 weeks, this can literally be at a penny. That means people that get in right now or buy the dip can be able to get that 10x. Okay. 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 So let me share my screen and do this once again. Make sure everybody's informed. Okay. Damn, I am not having the best day when it comes to this. I literally hate this shit. But EVIO, with my point on that, and I can be able to move on to SSOF. That's oil place. That's 66 oil field. That's SSOF. That's going to be the next play I talk about after we look at the full chart of EVIO. Because this weed breathalyzer company is literally a hit. It's literally a hit in my opinion because you got 14 states that's going to use these breathalyzer tests for their police departments. Okay. Up 11%, up 35% in the past 5 days. The past month, you see pretty much it was flatlined and it vertically shot up. But this is just the beginning when it comes to this. But in the past 5 days, it has a 35% increase. So SSOF will be the next situation we're going to look at. and that is 66 oil field. Since oil and gas has gone up, and I keep telling y'all about oil and gas, so this is a dip buy. So when the merger happens around July 20th, it's a play. So as you can see, it crashed down and it vertically went up, consolidated for a bit, then it went down. Now it's at the floor. So that's the buy the dip. When I mean buy the dip, I mean like buy floor opportunities on merger, stock companies, partnerships. Because really, this merger situation is really a big plus for this to go 10 cents. Because really, this is a 10x play. 10x, 5x, the merger goes through. So this is up 37% the past 5 days, past month, 6 months, year to date, 1 year, 5 year. Then we could go all the way to the max. So that is literally the chart. This could be 10 cents off of the fact of a merger. So when I say merger, it's pretty much a company coming together and consolidating, or pretty much a company pretty much tag teaming and combining their resources together. So that is a oil and gas play. So I tell people to get involved in oil and gas. I'm very bullish on oil and gas because I know that with the prices going up and they're really transitioning people to make it where oil's so expensive where everybody goes electric vehicle, go to the electric vehicle route, then, that's pretty much the play when it comes to that. So I got a couple links that I'm going to send you guys in the chat as well. But cool. You got any questions? You got any statements? You got any commentary?
I mean, this again, like on this MMAT deal, like if you look at the charts, it looks like it's bouncing like right now, trying to find some support at $4, somewhere in that range. But
Well, share your screen. Share your screen. Expound on your point. I'll have you share your screen. Expound on your point so we can see what you're saying.
All right.
Share your screen, give your explanation, give your pretty much your correlation, your opinion. And if any other stock that you pretty much have did research surrounding on my information I gave you that either is a good competitor, then boom. Is this about stock options? Well, you can trade stock options with a lot of these plays because if the stock is going up, you can do a call option where you pretty much have it placed on it. But no, these are buy and holds. Because GGII was literally triple zeros at one point and it blew up to 15 cents. So that can be a call option, that can be a buy and hold, that can be various ways. But whenever you're ready, I can be able to share your screen. You can be able to make your point.
All right. Let me see if I can find like a better, but you can go ahead and share it. Let me just find a better chart.
Okay, so whenever you need me to.
Let me see.
If anybody wants to come in, please join in.
No, I'm not. All right. Yeah, like I said, you can go ahead and share it. I'm just
okay.
Where is?
You can ask for access. Okay.
All right. All right. Let me. All right. There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna share your screen right now.
Let me. Hold on. Where is the? Let me zoom in. And let's do on the day chart. And then let me the indicators. Darn, I can't find the freaking. But anyway, I'm just going to make my point here. Like is this literally just bounced off like resistance right here? Like I mean, not resistance, support. It has strong support like right here at like in the 360 range. It literally just bounced. You can see it's just taking off at this point. So I'm thinking like anywhere like in between, like $4 and like that 360 is like a good a good area to start accumulating if you want to get in this.
So you think it's a good entry? For your opinion, you think it's a good entry buy?
Yeah, any price below 4 and at 360. I really, I mean, it's not financial advice, but I really don't think it's gonna go below that support.
Well, hell, it's already resistance. At buy the dip. You're literally buying the dip. Look at the chart.
And dude, it's like, I think these things are going down. Like I think it's like 80%. It just now. I think we're finally at the floor of this thing. So like, hold on. Actually, let's go to like the 3 months. Yeah, you look right there. Like you, dang, get that. What the heck? Like right there.
I was on this stock early. I was on this situation early. I just pretty much sold off and got back into it. Because I know it's still got some good news involved with this company.
Because you can see right here, right before this stuff even ran up initially, like around this area was like support. Pretty like more so right there. You see it came back, tested it. So yeah, maybe it's not maybe like 350, but like I feel like this is the floor, and it's already kind of you see like you come in on the 1 day, or
and this situation is not my top 5. It's a buy the dip opportunity because I have runners for people like IKTO is a runner, CYBL is a runner, EVIO is a runner, TXTM is a runner. You know, a lot of those plays are runners. So when it comes to the situation right here, cool. This is a buy the dip opportunity. If it have short squeezers on it, then cool. Yeah, we all make money. But this is a buy the dip opportunity. This is more of for me, a year hold. This is a buy the dip because literally it has nothing but else to go up.
And like
no room but going up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you look at X, it's already bounced off the previous like resistance now support. It's already bounced. You can see like it's in a slight uptrend at this point.
Yep.
Like I really think like this is the point to get in. Like I really think this is the bottom. And not only that, like it probably won't be anything big, but like they have like a I guess they're attending like this conference to get like they get like it's an investors conference to get like, you know, people to invest in the company coming up this Friday, I think. Is that I know it's tomorrow actually, because it's on the 15th. I think they speak on, because I think it's already happening, but I think they speak on the last day, and that's the 15th. So I don't know so that's another thing. I don't know if the stock is bouncing in speculation of that, or just bouncing because like I said, like that 350-ish, that was like heavy resistance. Now it seems like it's acting as support. So like I said, I really think that that this is maybe the time to get in here.
Okay, so when it comes to your screen, I'm gonna still use your screen. So let's look at some real estate properties.
All right.
We're gonna transition to real estate because this is the financial stream. So we already pretty much beat the drum when it comes to the stock market. We told people that matter of fact, look at the Chinese bull. Matter of fact, before you leave, That's green. Look at the Chinese bull. You can
The
type that
Chinese
in.
bull.
Chinese bear, my bad, because the bear market is actually winning in China. So Chinese markets is going down. You got Kathy Wood of ARK Investments selling her Chinese stocks. So the Chinese bear. So anything that's bear, you pretty much get involved in.
Wait, yo, Brother Rip, is it Chinese? Is it Chinese bear or is it?
It should come up with a whole bunch of bear positions because we need to be able to profit off these China getting crushed right now when it comes to their stock market. When it comes to their stock market, so
Chinese.
it can be the offshore. Just choose any. Just choose one.
Let's go to Google here. Chinese bear.
3x. No,
3x.
the 3x leverage. You got to do that because it's 3x leverage stock. So that means somebody put $100 in that thing, they can get $300 because of the market crashing for China.
It's an ETF. Wait,
It's Yang, so it'd be ticker Yang, the bear. So that'd be ticker Yang. No. That's just negative press to encourage people not to do inverse ETFs all in general, even though they have the best leverage plan.
Here we go.
See how that's up? Do you see how that's up?
Okay.
You can see why that's up, right?
Let's see.
The bear is for the situations of the Chinese market getting crushed. So right now the bear is up. Billions of dollars of shares has been sold in the Asian markets. And it's $14. So it's actually very cheap, to be honest.
Actually, dude, that really shot here at the open market. Dang.
I told that's because the Chinese market is getting crushed. So right now it's selling
it looks
off.
like it's time to get in. It looks like
it was selling off, but that's why you should always, that's why I tell people when you do these inverse ETFs, when you buy into them, you should always keep your screen ready. You don't leave the Direxion account. You got to benefit from the China bear market. So that is literally up because of billionaires selling off their shares. We can look at a couple more Chinese bear stocks, but after this, we got to transition to real estate.
All right.
For the people that's coming in, please like the video. This is an open panel, open discussion. We're going to transition to real estate. We're just teaching people how to be able to benefit off of a Chinese market crushed, a market bear. The market's getting crushed. People are selling off a lot of shares. So people that's coming in, this is an open panel. Be able to feel free to be able to join in. If anybody needs my email, that's creditbuilder475@gmail.com. So let's look at a couple other Chinese bear stocks because there's a few more. So you can use Google for that one. Because I was trying to do a trading view so we can get the technical analysis on it, on pretty much the indicators and pretty much other sentiment tools to figure out what is it, pretty much how to gauge when it comes to this situation. But we're going to... So if you type in Chinese bear ETFs. It's going to have a whole list. So we're going to look at the bear, pretty much the bear market, to show everybody that when China is getting crushed, or when interest rates go up globally, that also hurts our market, hurts their market, and you can profit off of both terms. So that would be Yang. So the first one, Google search that one. And you can see the correlation. So that's a 1x. So that's not leveraged. That's literally a regular ETF. So the 3x is a situation where when the market is down by 6, you can get a 24% gain on your money due to the fact of percentages is being 3x'd. Red, just type it in. Just type it in, man. We got an audience. Because if you were going to have the mega tech companies selling off a lot of Chinese stocks, then that's going to be a time period where you can benefit for 2 weeks on a bear leverage. Oh, God damn. See how that's up? You see how that's up for the day?
Yep. That I do.
People made money on the leverage. People made money on the 3x leverage because anytime it says ultra short, bear, inverse, that's all profiting off of a downturn of a Chinese market. So this is literally the strategy for people to be able to get on Direxion or get on ProShares and be able to make money off of these bear plays. So we could have been very rich when Trump did them tariffs, and it really crushed their market on these ETF Chinese bears, because tariffs hurts their economy. Hence that we can make a lot of money off the downturn. So FTXP, or did you already did FTXP?
FTXP.
Did you already did that? Do you remember?
We just did FXP. That's what we just did.
Okay, YXI. Then we're gonna transition to real estate.
All right, YXI.
Just type in ticketer after the symbol.
Here we go.
Okay, see, once again, that is the correlation of when the Chinese market is down, the chart is going to show upward pattern.
Yeah, this is right here. Yes, this is bouncing as well right here. Coming up pretty nicely.
Yep. So people that either buy this or make call options on a stock like this, they could be able to benefit off of the Chinese market getting crushed off of the fact that $10 billion of Chinese stocks has been sold overnight. So this is the bear situation. So when the market is down, this is up. Always remember that. Okay, let's make the transition to real estate. So we're going to look at the Atlanta markets. So we're going to look at Atlanta foreclosures for sale. Okay, Wacky. We got my man Wack. Okay, we got Wacky. What's going on, Wack?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I know you're transitioning into talking about real estate now, but I came because first of all, I have a question concerning the prior topic. As far
Okay, no
as,
problem.
if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no
Because,
problem, no problem.
You know, I'm new when it comes to investing in stock. I'm a rookie, so there's plenty of things that you guys know that I have no clue about. so okay, I'm just curious to know. Okay, so at the Chinese markets right now, it's a bear market.
Yes.
So I'm interested in knowing that when you showed the metrics on these different companies, how is it going up on a bear market?
Well, when it comes to a situation that we showed you, that is inverse. So it's derivative. So they literally do a swap. So they do like credit swaps. They create a derivative to pretty much when it's going down, it's going up because they're pretty much using debt to be able to make the payouts. So when it goes down, they're selling high and buying in low and making money off of the margin in between.
Okay.
So you can do that when it comes to stocks. So when it's going downward, like if you got a stock that was $40 Wack, but you know that it's too damn late for you to get in it because it went from $7 to 40. People will sell high at 40 and buy back in at 32. Now, if there's a situation how me and Cool Pomeranian pretty much discussed, if the stock keeps going up, that means the people that are shorting the stock that are trying to wait for it to go to 32, they got to buy back the stock to avoid unlimited losses. So when it comes to the Chinese market got crushed because Cathie Wood, a CEO of ARK Invest, has hundreds of millions upon billions of dollars in the Chinese markets, and she didn't like how all the metrics in China wasn't suiting up her critique. So it had a huge sell-off last night. So that bull market became a bear market.
Right. Oh, wow.
So
just off of her selling
yes,
the many investments she had. Wow. Okay.
Yes. So that's literally the answer and the correlative pretty much the correlative response of what happened. And so this right now, because we got bond markets are going up, because Cool Pomeranian, damn, we were supposed to transition to real estate, but I also have to show y'all about the bond market, because the bond market, well, for anybody that's listening, just research bond, U.S. Treasury bonds, 3X bull, and you can see that Treasury bonds is starting to roar back up because of a market crashing. So, cool. You need me to share your screen with? What's going on? Cool. Well, whenever Cool gets back, but like I was saying, the market is pretty much reflective on, well, if bonds are up, stocks are down. If bonds are down, stocks are up. If bonds are up and gold is up, then that means the stock market can actually go sideways and go downward. So when people say bond market, the Fed, like right now, the Fed is about to buy some more billions of dollars in bonds. In the past year, the Federal Reserve has bought $120 billion in bonds. And also international investors. So that's why if you look at the bond chart from the bull 3X and the bear 3X, you can see,
Yeah, I got it on my screen if you want to share it.
Well, yes, I'm gonna share your screen, and we got to look at some real estate markets now. We gotta do the transition. But okay, yes. So that is that chart for the treasury bonds. So let me full screen this one. Okay, so right now 2670. And the US bond market is pretty much strong right now. You got a lot of buys, so it pretty much has the buys of today. People are scared about inflation. So right now it's to buy the dip. So all these dip buys, I love it when the chart is actually going downward like this from 2685 price target to a 2669 price target. But the bond, this is a strategy to be able to hedge when the market crashes, because when the market crashes, people are buying bonds, people are buying gold, people are buying silver, people are buying tax liens, tax foreclosures, inverses, the used car sales. I don't know if you caught this, that part of the stream wag, but we went over how used car sales stocks has went up 60% due to the fact that semiconductor chip shortages is at pretty much dismal rates, where now you got used car sales up more than new car sales. So people that, like I said, people that got a dealership or flipping cars, I don't know, people can test their waters if they got the ability to get some situation that they can fix up and flip. But cool, Pomeranian, let's look at what are we going to look at? Which market we're going to look at first? Which market we're going to look at first? I want to look at North Carolina.
Atlanta foreclosures. I think
Atlanta foreclosures. Yes. Let's look at Atlanta foreclosures.
I guess Zillow right here, or
Caldwell.
Okay.
Let's look at Caldwell. Okay. $395,000. Wow. That needs to be knocked down, to be honest. If I would have got a property like this, I would have knocked it down and tried to make it into a 6 unit, 8 unit. I don't know, man. When it comes to these situations, you always should figure out what can you do in your development plan before you even buy it. Do you want to knock it down? Does it need some interior work? Or do you want to really do some true renovations where you knock it down completely? You pretty much create an apartment setup, coin laundromat. You can get a third-party coin laundromat operator, vending machines, charge for parking, recolor the parking lot, change the name on it if you have a community area. But it has to be some form of development when it comes to these. But keep scrolling. We just look at these listings. Yeah, that 550 situation. Scroll up.
This one right here?
No, 550. Just keep scrolling. Never mind. Forget it.
I think he has to scroll up. He's scrolling down.
Yeah, scroll up. Scrolling down.
Okay. All right.
Keep scrolling
this
up.
550.
You're going a little too fast, man. You done went up all the way to the.
He just passed it, right? Just right here.
You just passed it. See, Wacky, see what I'm.
It's 549. Yeah. Is that what?
No, yeah. Just go up one more.
This one right here.
No. Matter of fact, forget it. This. let me just make my point. When it comes to the 230 that you are on, if somebody had $50,000, $40,000, they can probably get a seller financing. Depending on how far in foreclosure that they are, you got to figure out what phase of foreclosure. They a lot of times be pre-foreclosure. You know, they're pretty much before the step of going into it, looking at tax records, looking at doing title searches, tax assessor to be able to look at certain records on these addresses and figure out what's up. Look at sales comps, meaning that you're looking at the sales around the area to figure out, okay, what can this potentially go? when it comes to me fixing it and flipping it or reselling it or just doing the foreclosure, just doing just foreclose on the situation, just move on. Because I was on a live stream with Teapot, and we went to North Carolina markets and looked at the markets and saw that $145,000 property can be bought for a $7,000 price. And me and Wacky pretty much had a conversation about how North Carolina, you can get access to the properties a little quicker than other states.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Xavier Teapot, he has the ability to be able to do a partnership. So when you said, yo, real deal, do you think, what's your opinion on this? I say, do your research before anything. Look at the tax records, look at the assessor, look at to see if the code violation, meaning that if it pretty much had liens because of a code violation, then you probably have an inherent problem. But if it's pretty much the owner fucking up, then you could be able to take advantage of the owner fucking up. So that was $145,000 property in an area where it's not a lot of crime. It's literally an area where it's pretty much smooth, so the property values don't get crushed because of high extreme of crime. It's for $7,000 to $8,000 for $150,000 property. So somebody had 80,000 probably can get 10 properties in that area. So let's get off this website. Let's get off Coldwell Banker. Let's look at some other sites when it comes to matter of fact, let's look at North Carolina tax liens. Let's look at North Carolina tax liens. So let's look at that market, because the Atlanta market is mostly meant for development, because big development is coming where they're buying it and knocking it down. But North Carolina tax liens, if anybody wants to come up, this is open panel. Let's talk real estate. Let's talk Baltimore markets, because I got a lot of people that's in very interesting markets. Okay. Okay, so let me do this real quick. Trying to really go back of what I was looking at with Xavier, because Xavier, we was looking at coin laundromats, vending machines, condos, because really, he's not in Wake County. He's in another county. But we can look at tax liens for sale. Just type that in, because we got to look at the listings for sale, because that's how we found a lot of plays. Because there's redemption. There's a term called redemption period. And that means when the seller of the property, the person that has this debt, he has a time period where he can say, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, I got the money. To try to come back and know where to save his property. Redemption period is actually not too wide. Like in California, somebody has, I think, 2 years. 2 years to be able to come out of nowhere. So you can pretty much say, well, I got the money. This is mine. What's up? I bought it. But Wack, you about to say something?
No, that's what I was saying. In certain states, it's best to get the tax deed instead of the tax lien in certain states. Because, like, for example, in North Carolina, if you get the tax deed, I think Carolina's a tax deed state also, right?
Okay.
Because because I know.
Okay, so we got to retype
because
that.
it's
Okay.
yeah. Because I know in North Carolina either the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I know North Carolina the redemption period is about 15 days in North Carolina, and I think that's for either. I think it's for tax deeds, because in certain states, when it comes to tax deeds, the redemption period is shorter.
Okay.
Than when you get a tax lien. Yeah, when you get a tax lien in certain states, the redemption period would be about 2 to 3 years. That's the reason why in certain states, especially like southern states like Texas, Louisiana, places like that, people would rather get the tax deed instead of the tax lien.
Okay.
Yeah, because the lien, of course, for people that don't know, the tax lien, you're buying the lien to the home, and then you got to have a whole court case that's after the redemption period is over. Then you gotta file a court case in order to actually get the deed to the house. But with the tax deed, a person who purchases the tax deed is actually buying the deed to the house due to whichever debt that the owner of that property failed to pay.
Yep.
Yeah. And like I said, with the tax deed, the redemption period is pretty quicker.
Yep. So, that's pretty much somebody that's directly in the industry, man. That's facts. That's somebody that he's been in those markets, so he understands it. So let's look at deeds. So let's reword it to tax deeds for sale. Because lien and deed does have different meanings. The language has two different concepts. So Wake County government, Durham County. Wacky, if you see something, man, tell me on something, because we scrolling down, man. So this is partially your show as well, man. We gotta all get informed when it comes to the Carolina market, because Charlotte is expanding big.
Yeah. Charlotte, and in my personal opinion, Charlotte and Raleigh would be the two best places to invest in property, because there's a lot of people from the north that's moving down to these areas. Charlotte and Raleigh, especially Raleigh. I don't know what it is with Raleigh, but a lot of people from New York and New Jersey are moving down to Raleigh. So that would be the best place to invest, in my opinion, if you're looking to invest in North Carolina. That's just my personal opinion, because there's so many people moving down there. So,
because boy, we cover Texas and we cover Atlanta like crazy, but we just show some attention because of North Carolina, because they got a situation where you can be able to make some money off the fact that, like you said, New York. My bad. New York and New Jersey coming in. Hold on, Rashid, come back in. I was about to put you on the panel, Rashid. There's a link on the panel, but like you were saying, New York and New Jersey is influxing those markets where Charlotte is already approached 1 million people. 1 million people. If not that, then you got Raleigh that can be 500,000 people, based off of people that ain't got enough space in Charlotte.
Right.
They Raleigh.
Right.
So, it's definitely a market to look at. So, Pomeranian, you're gonna have to click on one of these links, man. Keep scrolling up and down, man. Scroll up and down one more time.
I was waiting for y'all to say what y'all wanted, man.
You're making me dizzy with that scroll, man.
Hey, what's going on,
okay,
fellas?
We got Rashid on the panel.
What's going on?
What's going on? I would like to say, when it comes
to what's going on?
What's going on, Wack? When it comes to North Carolina, a good spot is Charlotte. Raleigh is expensive because you got the triangle up there. Somebody got some background, but you got actually the triangle up there. You got Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. That's the triangle where the colleges, and that area is way expensive. The colleges make it. The college town feel and everything give it more the expensive feel, and it's more like a major city compared to Charlotte. So I know Edward, Art of Itmore, and what's his name? Hang on.
Angry man.
Angry Man. Yeah, off the top of my head, I lost his name. I seen his face, but lost the name. But all three of them stay in that area, and they were talking about how the prices have skyrocketed so much because that area is already sought after. When I just got in the moving business over 20 years ago, way over 20 years ago, and that's when prices were like cheap. It wasn't dirt cheap, but it was cheap. And that area right there is sought after. I mean, Charlotte, I always tell people, Charlotte is the next booming town up there because it's like a small Atlanta. They have the little clubs, they have the little nightlife, restaurants, all that stuff is coming up and coming. Even though the Panthers are, up and down with the team, they're doing pretty well. But then you got the Bobcats, so the sports there is decent. But then when people want to come down there, they want to stay out of the city majority of the time because there's an area called
Wait a minute. Rashid, you're starting to cut off.
Rashid, yeah, you bogus, Rashid.
Rashid can't hear me.
And people who know racing, Tom Petty, big time NASCAR driver. I
Rashid.
remember somebody who was down the street from Tony Stewart, another NASCAR driver, and like one of Lowe's headquarters is there, so a lot of their franchise people is in the Charlotte area.
This is so funny. Rashid, we barely heard you on that, but let's look at these amount dues because we're going to copy and paste this address. This 2607 Sadie Hopkins Street, Raleigh. The first date of action, October 19th, 2020. Date of judgment filed with the court, March 8th, 2021. Date of sale to be announced. Copy and paste the address. 2607 Sadie Hopkins Street, Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to Google search this area. Let's look at that property. The street view. Click on the street view.
Yeah, my bad. My mic jumped off. Can you guys hear me now?
Now we can.
Yeah, my mic jumped off the some reason StreamYard, it kicked my Bluetooth off every once in a while. But yeah, I was saying how like I used to move furniture, so I was like moving people. Like Lowe's is one of their main headquarters out there in Charlotte. So a lot of their employees and the corporate, they all out there from Charlotte to Mooresville. Mooresville is a nice area to stay in. So if people are gonna buy somewhere in the surrounding area of Charlotte, I mean, because I got a friend that's there now, and he was saying that the market is so booming, he can't even find a house. And normally a house that's 100,000 is going for at least like 150 and better, you know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
okay.
hear you. No, we can.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Now we were just listening, man, because you giving out valuable information. But if this is the property, that's $4,000 that you got to pay to get access to this deed. I'm trying to
And
knock that shit down and create an apartment building.
that's just that one little house right there.
Yeah, that's the situation. We copied and pasted right here.
And with the land is only 4,000
For that access to that property right there. I'm trying to knock that shit down. That could be revitalized.
Shoot, that's decent.
That could be revitalized, sir.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially with all that land you got, all that space. Wow.
Yep. Duplexes. You know, one of my things is I want to go ahead and get like at least about 50 acres and do like a tiny home retreat. Like
it could be done. It could be done.
Inexpensive, man. You get you about 30 tiny homes, even 20. Start off with like 10 tiny homes, get you the land, and just start off with 10 tiny homes.
Because that's just for under $5,000, man. Now you can get that, knock that shit down, make apartment buildings like you said, duplexes. Wacky, what you think about this? I need your input.
Okay. At first I want to okay, I'll answer that. Okay, my input when it comes to this. This is a good area to create duplexes, and like multiple duplexes too. If you got the land, if this that is if, because usually sometimes a place like this, the land next to it might be a separate parcel of land, and it might just be vacant land, or might come with the property. So first you have to check to see if this whole land comes with that property. And if it does, yeah, you can do some very creative things. You could put, multiple duplexes on there. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
fellas, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep looking at the list. Keep looking at the list. So we pretty much went over this. Keep the flow going. Keep looking at the list. Copy and paste the addresses. Give me about 3 minutes. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I would like to respond to something that she said, because she was talking about Charlotte being a booming city, which is very true, right? And I think I told you this before, Real Deal, on one of your live streams in the past. I read an article a few years ago stating that how certain companies in Atlanta is considering moving to Charlotte because Charlotte has less taxes that these businesses would pay. And according to the article, that in Georgia, a lot of companies are paying so much taxes, it's ridiculous. So they figuring out to leave in Georgia and move to North Carolina, specifically in Charlotte. So if this is the case, you have a lot of businesses moving into Charlotte, and when businesses move to a certain city, that increases employment within that certain city, which will attract people from other parts of the country or other parts of the state to move to that city. So therefore, that'll make that place more desirable to move into, which creates more opportunity for anyone investing in real estate within that area. Yeah. So when it comes to investing in real estate in that certain area, people got to also look into the employment opportunities in these areas too, because employment opportunities area in a certain area, like I said before, attracts more people to potentially move in that area, which means that you'll increase your chances in getting a buyer if you're selling homes in that area.
Yeah, so that's true. Even with the bus line. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I stated to you earlier, Real Deal, that Charlotte is a good place to invest in property or invest in real estate in North Carolina. But I'm done.
Yeah, because I would say the same thing goes like the bus lines. That increases the bus line in Atlanta. They don't want a major bus line out in like Gwinnett and Cobb because they think it brings the the riffraffs and all that and the robberies. But with the deal of being Uber, you're not safe anywhere because someone just paid for Uber, come in your area, do their dirt and leave. Open up the bus line for the community. But they want a certain type of people out there buying houses and living in those areas. And with it being with Charlotte, people staying in the inner city, it's gonna get more expensive, you know, because the outskirts is way it's inexpensive, way cheap. But now that the companies are moving, because especially like with Lockheed, when they came to Atlanta, you know, everything increased up there in Cobb, you know, because there was nothing really up there in Cobb. They had Dobbins Air Force Base, but you know, typically when you have those military bases in the area, that would boosts the money for the area generally because you know military guys have a set pay, you know, and that's one of the biggest things. Like Fayetteville, North Carolina, that's why it's such a booming town in Fayetteville off of 95 because of the military, you know, their presence there. And then they're not that far from Raleigh too. There's guys who would drive from Raleigh down to Fayetteville in the military because they like the area, they like the houses. You know, there's more of a city feel to it than Fayetteville with the you know small town look and feel. Because I know guys in the military, that's their number one thing. They'll drive. It's a guy I know. He stays in Augusta and he drives to this small town. I want to say Dublin, and it's almost like two and a half hours. But he says he's used to that because he want to provide a better area for his wife and kids to live in. No, that's like me. I stay. My job just moved another 30 minutes up the road, so my initial commute now is getting close to an hour. But the area I stay in is, you know, good for my kids now. And even with my high school kids, I did the same thing. When my kids were in high school, I actually moved out of Decatur area in the inner perimeter city, and I moved to the countryside, would it be like Snellville? Not too many people hear about it, but it's Inglenet area. So it's more on a nicer scale, but it's more country. And the school system out there is good for high school and middle school kids. So basically, I learned that when I used to move furniture. You know, if you're gonna move somewhere, you got to move basically to benefit your kids, and also, you know, the area that benefits you and value on your house as well. Yeah, those are nice looking houses. I mean, decent yard, even with those woods over there. Renovate those
Yeah,
would be easy.
yeah. I was a little a little thrown off because when I hit the link, it loaded me up over here, based in the woods. I wasn't sure if like the wooded area was what they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Um, I think it maybe it's property right here though.
It looked like if you can go up the street a little bit, then turn
This way.
around and look at the address. Yeah, just go up just a tad with the mouse
All
and then look at the mailbox and see the address. See if you can zoom in on the mailbox.
right. Wait here.
Well, no, the house you were just at.
Yep.
uh, Yeah, just go back over there with a wooded area and then see if you can zoom on that mailbox.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's how I normally do when I check houses that way.
Hold on. Me
You don't have
let me get a little closer. So thanks. Let me get on the other side of it. See. I see six. It's like six, 6. I'm not sure what that last number is. This is. Um, hey, hello. I'm not muted.
yeah, I'm
Hello.
still here.
Oh, all right. Uh, Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not picking up anything. What was on this? But you see that's 1611 over there across the street, but um,
What was the address that we were looking at?
the address is this one right here.
And what it was,
Uh,
6.
cool. Can you paste the link to this website on the chat, either on the
Yep.
private chat or yeah, I would like to. Thank you.
To this right here. I guess this
Yes.
page.
Yes, this page. Yes.
And for guys,
All right,
I always
thank you.
tell guys,
Thank you.
who look at houses, HomeSnap is a pretty good website. You know, I always recommend that. One of my friends, he's a real estate agent, so he always talks about that website.
But honestly, everything we kind of looked at, I really like this. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's a lot of land, man.
Yeah, man, because we got to get 12, 16 units in that area, because if it's just that little area right there, we need to either make it where that little storage unit, we can be able to at least give it a little more space. We got to do some reroading, so that road is a little too close. So we got to make that expand out a little bit. So this is I just came back in. So this is the tax deed situation still.
Yeah.
And
still
another address. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can make a few in that prior land. Like I said, if all that property belongs to that one address, yeah, you can make a few. You can make a few apartments on there. Make a few apartments. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this like it's off a dirt road or something.
Yeah.
Make a few apartments. You could probably make a mini parking lot if the county allows you to. You know.
Yeah, and that's
you gotta look at the code in the county, which most likely probably would. But of course, it has to be up to code. You know, when you do that, everything has to be up to code.
The permit. So this is I guess recap. This is everything we kind of pulled up off that list. So this here, this property here.
And then you got to look at the people in that area. They live pretty minimalist, so they
in this property here.
So let's look at some franchises for sale though. Let's look at, because I know there has to be some franchises in Raleigh for sale. Let's go to you can Google search that one. Fast food franchises, but anything that's for sale in Raleigh or Charlotte, look at those. Because a lot of hedge funds or big investors, they like to buy the surrounding businesses and also the real estate land. Because if you could get the situation with a tax lien, you can be able to buy it, tax deed, be able to buy it, redevelop it like we mentioned. And hell, with commercial real estate, it's based on your NOI. So if you can be able to, let me get my calculator. So if we can get from that storage unit and be able to build more around that area and charge $900 times 16, that's $14,000 a month. That's $172,000 a year. With an 8 multiple, that means the property will be worth 1.5 for that little storage unit. Be able to develop on that area and also open free space. I want 16 units, meaning that it would sort of be like motel style apartments or flat type apartments where it's like compounds, but still it has to be the point where you get it and you got to develop that area, man, because it's when it has a lot of land like that, you're pretty much have the opportunity of value add opportunities. So, that's where your developer cap comes on, man. That's where you got to get creative. That's where you got to fix up that road. That road is too close, and the grass needs to be manicured a little bit. Need to be a parking lot.
Yeah.
So this is all a franchise. Like it's in the facility of this property right here that we spoke of.
Yes.
So let's show all.
So these are the franchises for sale around that area, right?
Well, I think that's around the area. That's just around the area, so you can get a feel. So really, anything that's around McDonald's, to be honest, if it's nearby a school, that's always where McDonald's win. McDonald's win by schools. Taco Bell win by high schools. At least in my areas that I noticed.
Oh yeah.
Taco Bell.
Any fast food joint around a high school? Yeah.
High school.
Here in New York, multiple fast food joints are by schools. High schools, junior high schools, elementary schools. You have multiple fast food joints and multiple bodegas. So they fighting and competing with these school kids.
Hey, man. They try to figure it out, man. They said, shit, all y'all about to take all y'all little grunions. We gonna get consistent money. We could be able to get high traffic where we could beat out their other competitors, because there's a lot of McDonald's that literally not placed in the right area, because they're not placed by a school. They're not really next door to no apartment building. They're not even like a Subway next to a 24-hour fitness.
Right.
Because the rapper Cameron, he got a lot of Subways that's literally nearby gym areas, so he gets all that gym money.
Smart.
He gets all that gym area money.
Business that doesn't really, you don't really think about it, is storage units. A lot of people don't think about those storage units to make pretty decent money, and then when the people leave this stuff in, they actually resell. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they auction out the if the customers don't pay rent for these storage units, the company auction out whichever items inside the unit and they resell that unit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a cousin, he made his business like that. All he did was just rebuy storage units and sell the furniture at flea market. So like I got into it with him for a minute, and we were doing that for a while, man. Like secondhand furniture, a lot of people get into that.
It's always
units around. Go to buybiz.
It's always great to put place storage units around places where there's a lot of apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because of course they need the space, and a lot of people in apartment buildings, of course, don't have the space. If you put it in places where there's a lot of houses, maybe not, because in houses people got the space.
Yeah.
It depends, but for the most part, people have the space to place whichever items. So it's best to place these places in areas where there's a lot of apartment buildings.
Go to buybiz. Buy and sell biz buy, biz sell, whatever. Pretty much just put in fast food franchise for sale, businesses for sale in North Carolina. Because you're just gonna get fast food franchise when you put in near that area. You're just gonna get all the fast food franchises in that area, which it's good for market research, But we gotta figure out how to be able to find those businesses for sale, because their listings is all up everywhere. Because there's a strip club business in Fayetteville that's for sale for $80,000. I said this must be a hole in the wall type club. It didn't show no picture or the address, but it must be a hole in the wall.
Man.
Because with strip club situations, you got rappers that say, "I want $40,000 a walkthrough." So, man, I don't care.
It depends too. Like I say, that's a military area, so depending on how the military guys, get deployed and move around there, so that's the only thing that might be good for that area. You're gonna have a little money because of the military's there.
True. But they're trying to make Jackson, Mississippi into the new Atlanta, Georgia.
keep dreaming. I've been to Jackson.
They're trying to make Jackson, Mississippi into New Atlanta, Georgia, because it seems like with them, they're trying to incentivize entertainment hubs. So they want the rapper money, they want the glitzy glam, Z-list celebrities that couldn't make it in Hollywood. They pretty much go over to Jackson, Mississippi, to Atlanta. You know, they want to benefit from, I guess, the rap scene, because it seems like that's the only thing they're trying to promote when they're doing these little real estate brochures of, oh, we got new improved nightclubs, new improved strip clubs, new improved restaurants, new improved Waffle House.
Yeah, they lost all that when David Banner left from Mississippi. I mean, the night scene is always going to be popping in any given area. It's just about, you know, how well can you know, bring the crowd, you know, because down here in Atlanta, Conyers has like, they have a lot of little small hole in the wall clubs. They get packed out, but you know, they're always exceeding the limit because the club is so small. You know, I even went to a club down in Albany, Georgia, where Philmont type of club. It used to be some type of probably like a cubicle office space or one of those areas where they were selling furniture in a shopping plaza. They turned it into a club. Man, that thing was huge, but it would always get packed every night. You know, and they was pushing a good 100 and some people in the club. You know, that wasn't sought after in small areas. You know, they get no more than about 50, 60 to the max because, you know, it's such a small club, but they're getting 100 plus. And plus they're right by a college as well. So, you know, what are the college kids doing on a Friday night after exam or, you know, just in general, want to go have fun? You're going to the club.
But Wacky, what's your opinion, man? What's your opinion? What's your opinion on all this, man?
I think Wacky might be going a little bit here. I
was looking at something else. Yeah, I was looking at something else. Well, I don't know if you don't mind that I'll show a screenshot.
Oh, share your screen?
Yeah, share my screen. Yeah.
Okay, I'll share your screen. See. Okay, we share your screen. Cool, Pomeranian. Thank you for sharing your screen. Cause some damn reason my computer was not allowing me to share my screen like that, man. So let me share Wack stream. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Okay, now we do.
Okay, this is from businessbroker.net. Let me go back for a minute. Okay. I was looking at this barbecue restaurant for sale in the Wake County area. Okay. It says the asking price is for $350,000. And according to this advertisement, it claims that one could make an annual revenue of $1.3 million.
Yes.
For just buying it for $350,000. So that's what I was paying attention to.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to that, definitely gotta get a rent roll.
Yeah.
Gotta get the rent roll because we gotta look at the aspect. Well, you gotta look at the numbers to be able to see, one, is it being pumped up where they did a lot of marketing, where they pretty much blitzed their whole marketing to get their revenues up. Asking price for $350, that's actually good. When it comes to increasing your net profit, you're gonna have to do some expense cutting. So you would have to find out what's the expenses.
Right.
Because if it's selling for $350 and the revenues is 1.3, that's good. You can actually get a $1 million loan off the revenues on the books, let alone by itself.
Right.
So
now, I got a question about that. Are they selling a franchise, or they just selling a property with the barbecue, or are they just selling the business in general and you keep the name?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. But it's not even disclosing all that. It just says barbecue restaurant for sale.
Well, you're probably going to need a proof of. you're gonna need a proof of funds to probably get the real detailed research. This is like the listing.
Yeah, this is just a listing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not saying all of that.
So if you contact them people, 350 asking price, 1.3. So look at if you scroll down, I think they had some brief numbers, some quick fact numbers.
Quick facts, yeah. Cash flow
Okay,
on 106K. Yeah.
So that's why they're selling it for 175, because if the cash flow is 176, so the net profit has to either be around 300,000, 400,000, and then the cash flow probably wound up being the true net profit, because cash flow, that's when all debts has been paid, everything has been paid,
right?
People, that employees, like you got 30 employees, you got literally 30 people. So really, I don't know. Me, I'm sorry, I hadn't been on my Gordon Gekko shit. I have to be on my Gordon Gekko shit, meaning that I got to get rid of at least 12 so I can be able to make sure the company can be able to have a healthier net profit. Hate to say it, but I can't afford to have 30 people. Well, you can't afford to have 30 people, especially when taxes going up too.
Right.
Especially when taxes going up. Yeah, that's where when I try to tell people businesses shrink when it comes to high taxes, people didn't want to hear it. But it's been established since 2016, 30 employees. What else? Really, to be honest, it's expense cutting. So you got to figure out how to be able to cut your expenses to increase that net profit to where it's 500, 400, 500, 600 with probably a cash flow of 300, double what you see that 176 price right there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you got to cut some
cut some people off.
Cut some people off. Yeah.
Not personal.
Cut the labor. Cut the labor.
Not personal. It's not personal, but that's only how it makes sense for you, Wacky, where you can be able to have some breathing room.
Right. Shrink it down to 15,
20,
well,
15 give you more net profit, but at least 10 to start off, because you don't want to just get rid of everybody right away, because you got to do it gracefully, where the people, I guess, with management work for them. So Wacky, if I know if you're already doing this, but if you're doing this, operational management, day-to-day management, and also deferring to other managers, meaning that your manager's got to be strong as fuck in order for you to be able to cut 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Starting off, because you got to be able to make sure everything's healthy, because you can get the 1.3 off the annual revenue off of a loan.
And you see what he's talking about in here, where he said he's in the it doesn't get any more Carolina barbecue than the Triangle. The purchase, that's why I said in Raleigh area, that Triangle, Carolina, Durham, Raleigh, and Chapel Hill. Now that area has a high traffic. So depending on, like I said, it seems like they're trying to sell this restaurant with the employees, everything included. Looking at the overhead for the meat, looking at the size, all this stuff. You got to take into account of all the stuff that you're going to be purchasing to fund it. You're going to need a good cook. So if the cooks and everything coming with it, recipes or whatever that they have, that's, signature, that's what's going to set it. Most restaurants, if they're known for like brisket, known for the ribs, that's going to set the tone on how well you're going to make your money. Now, if you have poor cooks, can't cook right, don't have that signature taste or something, that's what hurt. And Charlotte is known for their mustard barbecue. Not Charlotte, but North Carolina, they have a mustard style barbecue. Now that's a flavor of its own that's between Memphis and North Carolina. So you got to take that into effect, the taste of the meat, all that. And you could be buying a gold mine or you could be buying a dud, because depending on that's the risk with food franchises. Unless you come in with some type of signature sauce or some type of signature meat taste to enhance the already made company, you gotta look at that as well. Because seeing that the money that they make, and 30 employees ain't bad. Like I said, it's give and take on the cooks. That's what's gonna make your business or hurt it.
Well, that's
That's
true.
a
That's
very good
why.
point. That's a very good
That's
point.
that's true, and that's why he should always focus when it comes to operational management. Operational managers, at least a good operational manager, would have some form of monitoring where he gauge who is his best cooks. A taste test, at least that'll be your key performance indicator. That would be a KPI, and I'll repeat that again: a key performance indicator. So he could be able to gauge on who is who has the best performance when it comes to taste. Like you said, a signature taste or a sauce. Who is a good cook where one day they can be able to level up. One day they can be able to be a very key asset to your business to be able to grow from 1.3 to hopefully 2 mil in annual revenue. 2 million plus, because when you're doing expense cutting with the employees, you cut the dead weight. The people that are not holding their own, the people that are lagging off, people that aren't taking out the damn trash, people that aren't be able to do whatever that the operations need to be able to make sure it's sanitary, one, because the taste could be good, but if it ain't sanitary,
oh boy.
Because Master Burger in LA, man, there was one Master Burger where I saw a fucking rat. I love Master Burger. Hell, Ice Cube. I think that was no, I don't think that's the one Ice Cube owns. No. Let me not put in my man the Don Dada's name, but there was one of the Master Burgers that a rat was walking around. So no, you got to make sure the situation's sanitary and also edible.
Yeah. And one key reason why Sheed made a very good point as far as the food in the restaurant have to have a signature taste or a signature sauce is because you want the customers to keep coming back. That's one thing with any successful business. You want loyal customers to keep coming back and spending money at your business. And one good way to keep them coming back is to have something that would stand out among all other competitors. And in this case, it's the taste, the signature taste. So that's a very great point that she made. But, of course, she made a Real Deal made a good point also. I'm not trying to leave out that everything must be sanitary. Oh yeah, of course. You don't want you don't want the inspectors from the county coming in and seeing a family of rats in your restaurant, in your kitchen, sitting down eating.
Yeah, man, we can't have a C. We can't have a C rating because the C rating is bad.
And plus, non-sanitary leaves room for potential lawsuits. Because if a customer gets sick after eating something from your restaurant, that's a lawsuit. You're losing more money potentially. But either way, you're going to lose more money because depending on the case, you got to pay for an attorney. If it's not a small claims lawsuit, you have to pay for an attorney, what have you. So either way, you're losing money. So you want to avoid all of that. So of course, you want to have things that's sanitary. Have a business that's sanitary. Yeah,
exactly. Preventive measures. That's really what all it is, man. Because this can work. This really can work because you're getting it for $350. You could probably negotiate it for $315. Because me, you never go at their price. You can always try to start off at least with $285 starting off, and y'all probably be finishing off at $315.
That's why I'm saying depending on if they were actually leaving the cooks and everything, because like I said, you can argue down if you're not getting the cooks, the recipe, because like I said, that signature taste is what the people are buying. And if that taste leaves with the owner, then that's when you have the issue. Because even though the clientele is built, they're not going to stick around if stuff don't taste the same. Most people like comfort to where they eat the same, they have a routine. There's a restaurant up here, a Jamaican restaurant. They had opened up a second location, different cook, failed horribly. They kept that place open long as they could, failed horribly because it got so bad. The cook from the original restaurant had to cook for of 2 stores where they would cook the stuff, take it over to the other store, and just have it warmed over there, you know. And it got to a degree to where they couldn't keep it open because nobody would eat over there because they were so used to that horrible taste. Even though the cook from the original store was cooking over there, everybody was used to that horrible taste when the other cooks were making the food. So they just stopped going there altogether. They ended up having to close the second location down within like what was I want to say about 5 months, and they had it open for close to a year and a half, but it got so bad they couldn't keep it open. And that's the same restaurant, but just different franchise, just a different ownership and cooks. Y'all there?
Yeah, we here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
writing things down. Like this is operational management key right here. Because, like you said, if the recipe leaves with the owner, you're done.
Yeah, because like I said, if they don't give you the recipe to their sauce, they don't give you like initial things that make the restaurant stand out over the other restaurants. You know, if you're buying a franchise, you got to get everything included, all the way down to the potato salad. You know, potato salad can hurt the restaurant, the macaroni and cheese, all that. And now, if you have that cook that comes with them, you know, if the owner says he's gonna, you know, stay for a while and you know show you how to branch out and show you how to do certain things that give that taste. I mean, even all the way down to putting as many pieces of wood in there and getting that taste right on the meat. That plays a big part, you know, especially with restaurants. People, you know, they're used to that taste. That's what they're actually paying for. You know, the customer service and the food when you get there is a plus. That's like a restaurant down here, Big Daddy's. They turned that into a franchise. You know, they got them pretty much all around Atlanta now, and some of the food is relatively salty, but the only key ingredient that keep this guy in business, he has sides from open to close. You go to most barbecue restaurants, they don't have sides by the end of the night. They only cook so much. So he have enough size to where he cooked to the end of the night, you know, sell, I guess, the rest first thing in the morning as he's cooking new batches. So he's constantly rotating the food from last night to in the morning to where it's either something that he can't rotate, he has to throw it away. But other than that, he rotates his sides in to where he's still making his money. You know, a lot of barbecue restaurants don't do that. You know, they only cook so much for the day because, you know, it hurts the profit when you got to throw food away. You know?
Well, you know, when it comes to a situation like that, man, let's look at another listing, Wack. Let's look at another listing, man. Because this one is definitely a gem, man. We don't have to over expound and over explain with something that's understood. So this, I definitely would, you know, I definitely think this is a good situation. So if there's any other listing, Wacky, you know, and they're listing or anybody that want to share their screen.
Yeah, I'm actually on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, but if somebody looks up something that's dealing with kids, that's a big seller. Like the trampoline places, they're starting to be big now.
Well, there is a trampoline business that we saw a couple months ago on this listing. I don't know if Rashid, you be on every damn panel, so you probably saw that episode as well where we went over on a lot of trampoline businesses. So, you know, when it comes to everything that's going on, people should just focus on where is the niche that people can be able to make money, get financing, fix, flip situation. Because this would be flipping a business. Because really, the only thing this would be needed, because this is 350, 1.3 in earnings and revenue, gross revenue. Because he could get the $1 million loan off of that balance sheet right there. get the loan. He could be able to navigate the loan where he could get a bigger property asset. But
shoot, the
Wacky.
best thing to stay at that property and just get a food truck. See, that's what you do, because that property probably is in a good area. To make $1 million off of selling barbecue, you got to be in a good remote
high traffic area. Traffic area. It's high traffic. It's a high traffic area. Because this situation right here, man, you know, expense cutting, he can be able to increase the value of the business property, and also be able to, if he doesn't own the property, to eventually use the loan to wound up acquiring it. He could acquire the land. He could be able to get all the situations where he could develop more stuff on it. Because really, if he got enough space on it, man, he can make it into a shopping center. Or use the loan to be able to get some land to develop a shopping center, getting some $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 land, or getting a property when it comes to a good acreage lot and transition to that, because it's really lateral conversion. So lateral conversion is a developer term where you pretty much knock it down or reposition it where it's something else different. North Carolina has a lot of commercial development. So you're going to see a lot of New York style skyscrapers coming in the 5-10 year range. But Texas barbecue businesses is, you got Texas barbecue businesses all over the place. Because you look at the ones that are for sale, they're all literally like, seem like in the damn same area. You know, a block radius.
That's the best area you get a competition, man. You know, that's why most of these restaurants generally don't go out of those areas because of the traffic, you know. And that's like I be telling in certain areas, man, like convenience stores, like you have in the country, the closest store is so much miles away. Those corner stores are like grocery stores, man. Literally, you know, what was it, Cameron up in New York? I got all those corner stores, the bodegas.
Mm-hmm.
I think they say he bought a couple of them, and you know he's doing good like that.
Yeah, man, because you got a lot of dudes that are starting to wake up when it comes to their transition to business. If it ain't franchising or licensing, negotiating certain situations. I wonder if Wacky fell asleep on this.
Yeah, I think like I say, he's probably in transition, keeps getting into other stuff and coming back, you know. But yeah, man. When it comes down to
Wacky got control of the screen, so let me.
Oh, okay.
But like you saying.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, you know, even when buying those business, location, you know, and even with those like remember we was talking about the laundromats, they do pretty good, you know, depending on the area.
Yo, Wack, you here?
Okay, I'm back. My fault, man. I had to step out for a bit.
Yeah, no problem, man. Because I was really saying, let's look at some more situations, because you got a good eye on that one. You did some good research on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You did some good research on that one, so that's why I'm kind of curious on what else you got. What else you got, man? Because you did some good research. Because the only thing you needed to do with that, because I was trying to tell you that, but you was stepped out. But I was just saying, when it comes to you expense cutting, you can raise the value of the business. You can use the 1.3 in gross revenues to secure a $1 million loan. Use that balance sheet as collateral to get the loan, to either buy the land of the property or buy land to be able to develop property. So whatever you do, you could be able to leverage it where you may be, for now, expense cutting, meaning that you're trying to figure out your operational shit, your in-house operational stuff when it comes to the business, and try to make sure everything is flowing. You can be able to get the same amount of traffic, promotional ads to be able to drum up some more situations. And pretty much you would probably expense cut the situations of an employee that you potentially was spending like 8 to 10 employees that ain't doing their job. You can use that expense money that you save to be able to, one, increase your net profit, and may use 10% of the money you save for marketing, so you can promote around the area, so people can see see them on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads. You can be able to do those situations where you can get more, how can I say, centralized. You can centralize the market.
Yes.
And you can write it off, because, you know, marketing expenses is tax write-off able. So you're expense cutting and you're lowering your taxable income. You're lowering your taxable business income, because marketing expenses is write-off able. So
correct.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And that was just, and really real deal, that was just something this was one of those things that I just stepped into. I just stepped into it. When I mean stepped into, I'm talking about as far as on Google. I just ended up finding that website just out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, because expense cutting is really the key, because you could be able to expense cut it where somebody say, well, your business is now worth $3 million. Because they do the 8x multiple when you get a chance to sell it. So when you get it for 350 or 315 or 320 or whatever low amount, you pretty much 10x your money off that, and you can leverage the annual revenues to get the loan first. So you can first get the loan, you can be able to do that and expense cutting in the meantime, while raising pretty much all your net profits, plus marketing expense that can be written off, as we mentioned. And all that is pretty much building your business equity, where when you are ready to sell, you can be able to sell it for an actual profit, and also have the loan to be able to acquire other businesses surrounding the area or outside the area, but nonetheless using the loan for an asset, you know. So you could use the loan for the tax deed situations too, because that's 1.3. People go ham with 50,000 and get $1 million, 1.5 in tax deed properties. So it's really on your strategy when it comes to your acquisitions. So that would be the term of acquiring more businesses, assets, or partnerships in those industries, to be able to not over leverage yourself when it comes to time. Always delegate and assign other teams. So Rashid, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. Pomeranian, you still here?
Yep, I'm still here.
But yo, let's damn, is there any other markets that we didn't look at? Me and Rashid be looking at Atlanta, Georgia all the damn time.
Yeah,
So we
man.
might as well look at Atlanta. So we might as well look at Atlanta and look at Atlanta again. So we look at Tucker, Georgia.
Yeah, I used to
So
stay in
whoever that want to share their screen, you know, we could be able to look at Tucker, Georgia properties, and we could be able to analyze those markets.
Yeah, whoever share the screens, they pull up La Vista Road. Like, that's the area right there. It's like booming right now.
La Vista.
Yeah, La Vista Road.
La Vista. So Wacky, if you want to share your screen, man, I'll give you access. La Vista.
All right, no problem. I'm looking it up right now.
La Vista Road.
Or the best, if you want to just pull it up by North DeKalb Mall. That's the mall in that area, right off from that area. And La Vista is right there. And that mall is pretty much dying. You know, these malls are not even holding on by a thread right now. The smaller stores in there, the Foot Lockers and all their shoe stores are always doing pretty good. Clothing stores, Macy's. But once those Macy's, those big department stores leave out the mall, they die out.
Okay. I have a screen share, but I haven't. It's just on Zillow. I'm on Zillow when it comes just to the overall homes in Tucker, Georgia.
Yeah.
I haven't seen La Vista Road yet.
Yeah. If you want to try to go to HomeSnap,
Home Snap.
Yeah. Home Snap. I always, like I say, I tell people about that. My friend, a real estate agent, he always tells me about it because they typically get the houses off faster than Zillow and all the other spots. Dang, there go another storage unit. Yeah, but they typically get those houses off pretty fast. You know, they don't let them sit on because he was explaining to me Zillow, Red Door, all those places, they can hold those properties on for at least 6 months before they take them off. And it encouraged more people to come on there, look for a real estate agent because they don't give you a listing agent. They just actually give you a random agent to, look at the property with. But you might have to just from that area expand, especially on the prices and yeah, because they're actually doing a lot more townhouses, and the house market is getting more expensive in that area too. Because I used to stay in the area. I had a 3-bedroom apartment for like $800, and now a 3-bedroom, the same apartment complex I stayed in, their 3-bedroom apartment is I think 1,500, 1,600 now. Yep. So the rent in that area is crazy.
Okay, this property's going for $451K.
See, that's
4-bedroom,
extreme.
Yeah, 2.5 bathroom house, Tucker, Georgia. Was that a surrounding suburb of Atlanta?
Yeah, it's actually in the perimeter of 285. So
okay.
Tucker is almost going like along the lines of going out of the perimeter. It's hitting between both because in the perimeter of 285, once you leave out the center, which is Atlanta, you have Decatur, Tucker, Piedmont, and what is that area? Like Dunwoody. Now those are the perimeters. It's still in the perimeter of Atlanta, in the perimeter of Atlanta, but it's more on the northeastern side. And then in the perimeter still, if you leave Atlanta, you will have, what do they call that area? It's mostly like Roswell, but Roswell goes all the way up 400, which is going outside the perimeter as well. But you have a little part of Roswell inside the perimeter, like downtown Atlanta. You know what? Buckhead, the luxury and Buckhead area, that's still in the perimeter of Atlanta. So most people, they look at Atlanta, they're looking at the heart of Atlanta, where like the most townhouses, expensive housing area, downtown by Georgia Tech. That's more the heart of Atlanta. Then once you start going out of the main hub in Atlanta, that's when you start hitting these little small factions. They're still inside the perimeter, and they're still like expensive. But I'll see. How can I put it? Because I know you're in New York.
Let me say this for a minute. Let me jump in quick. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming this is the living room or the family room. You see this picture right here, right?
Uh-huh.
With the living room. And in most houses, the living room is right next to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would do is split this wall or get rid of this wall and get rid of that split and make it a more open space between the kitchen and the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of people go for that now, that look where there's like just this big old open space between the living room and the kitchen.
Yeah.
There's no split. It makes the area seem larger.
Yeah. The open concept.
Yeah, the open concept. Yeah.
And it has that flow where it goes all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And depends on that wall structure, what it's holding up. You're looking at anywhere from 10,000 or more just to, add a support.
Right.
But I mean, it opens up and it pays. The biggest thing, you already know, as far as the kitchen, The bedroom, bathrooms, those sell the most. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And the
This
perimeter.
is this a master bedroom? This be the master bedroom?
That one might be. That's,
You saying this one might be the master bedroom?
That looked like the master. That looked like the master.
right there.
This is with the
That looks like the master from
on
the
the other
picture.
side.
I don't know. That looks like the master.
This is the room furnished, and this is the room unfurnished.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the picture, this looks bigger. Just from the picture, just judging by the picture.
Well, that looks like more like the bonus room.
Looks like from the angle how they taking the picture, it looks bigger from how the picture's taken.
Yeah.
Of course, this is not the master. This is another room.
Yeah. That's a guess. That's another bedroom.
Okay.
Looks like it has a basement.
Yeah, basement. Let's see if it has a.
That's the way the pictures look, unless it's just some kind of room that's set off to the side.
With this, I don't think this is the.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Split. That's a split level. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a split.
It might be that room right there.
Okay.
Yeah, you go down more, it should tell you.
Garden 1 level, estimated taxes 2,800. Okay. Single family residence. Okay.
And see the school. It tells you the different features, the neighbor, and you go to neighbor map. It'll show you the houses in the area on how they're being sold. See, Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on the other side of La Vista.
Yeah, they're using the same formula as Zillow, because Zillow has the same exact formula. Features. Okay. Property residential detached. Garage parking, 2-car garage. Okay, there's a basement here. Driveway access. Okay. Kitchen features, cabinet set, stain, eating kitchen. Separate dining room. Okay. Soaking tub shower combo. All right.
And hit that
and a half bathroom. Okay.
And hit that I think it's called neighborhood map, and it should show you the houses next door, what they were listed for and going for. Hit those little blue.
Oh, hit those blue.
You're good. Things. See that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told you this website is nice.
Yeah. Oh man, I just lost that. All right. Let's look at this 300K. Property's 300K. In Tucker, Georgia, 3 beds, 2 baths. The other property is 1 acre. The square footage of the house is 1,956 square feet. 1974. Let me see. Neighborhood map. All right. Let me see. Well, from my end, it's taking a while to load the neighborhood map.
Yeah, it's doing it on our end too.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So, thank God it's not my system. All right. It's the website, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, this plot of land right here. Okay. 0.5 acres for 92,000. Was it sold for 92,000? Was it on sale for 92,000? Off market? Okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
just sold. All right. Okay, this half-acre land. All right. 430K. Okay. Four beds, 2.5 baths.
Okay. Okay, we got a question
430K.
real quick. Any recommendations on software to track property expenses, etc.? Well, people use reitools.com. I don't know if that website is still going on, but that was like years ago. And they pretty much people use to track property expenses. But to be honest, people use old school Excel sheet to be able to track certain type of things. But me personally, property managers that you hire, they already have those tools, so you don't have to stress on that.
Yeah. And in some places, you could easily just go to the city and
Yeah.
get the expenses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you get the expenses like that.
Yeah. And yeah. And in some cities, you just gotta pay. You gotta pay a couple of bucks here. I know in cities like Baltimore City, you can get a full list of property expenses for only, but you have to pay about a good $50. But it gives you the full list of the expenses that's on the property.
yeah, that's well worth it. $50.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna be investing into it. I mean, a little
Exactly.
goes a long way.
Yep. So just look at, in my opinion, just look at the local city or the county.
Okay, what is the profit that you are shooting for on a property? Net. So let me rentals per month. So if I can be able to either, well, it's depending on if it's a seller financing situation like this right here, this 430,000. If you would to be able to negotiate a seller financing deal with, if you have $50,000 liquid, if the lease payments are $1,400, then I want to do the Airbnb situation and try to get that to $3,200 a month, so I can be able to have a net profit. Hold on, let me get my calculator. Because if with the lease payment with the seller, if it's $1,400 minus, so that'll be an $1,800 profit on. And to be honest, if it's how many bedrooms?
4.
Really, the whole house. Yeah, the whole house I can charge $3,200 justifiably on the markup, because you gotta mark up $1,800 every month, times that by 12. That's $22,000 when it comes to the total price of you marking this up. And that goes on to the 50,000 that you put down, 22,000. So that all gets added to that price, and you can negotiate it downward where you don't even have to go for the 430 mark. You could be able to get it for 405, because you never go at the price. 405, 400. If they really in a bind, say if this property is on the market for another 30, 40 days, pretty much get that for 385.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, negotiated 385. Yes. Negotiated 385, have your $50,000 down payment and have a markup. Because you got to do certain type of deals like that. It's a sandwich deal. So with rentals per month, $1,800 when it comes to a net profit off a sandwich deal, times that by 12, that's $22,200 a year. The term can be about 4 years. So with 4 years, that's $88,000 all added up. So you can probably have it where when you have all your monies up, meaning that you pretty much getting ready and gearing up to buy, you could be able to buy the situation and do what you need to do, refinance and watch. When you have it fixed price like that and you do renovations or any type of development, you negotiate a price, but it can be worth $500,000 because over the time, property values do go up. So it's depending on one, the seller, if he's in a bind. Two, the property has been on the market for a while, so they pretty much been searching. They've been lingering and searching. So depending on the listing, really, if you want to get some motivated sellers, people should do Facebook ads of We Buy Houses. You watch when so many people in that area come and call your ring. And you can get properties that are, to be honest, after repair value can be like 180,000, but they were willing to sell it to you for 50,000. 50,000 because they're in a bind.
Yep.
A divorce, child support, other tax, probably a person, either taxes when it comes to something. You can capitalize on loss of job, loss of income, cut back the hours. Where you got a lot of people, they try to be big balling off of overtime.
Yeah,
overtime ballers. They take all the overtime just to be able to maintain a house. So you can take advantage of that situations too. So that We Buy Houses advertisements, Facebook ads, run them, YouTube ads, run them, poster signs, bandit signs, post them. Call other people's bandit signs. You can actually link them as a cash buyer to buy your property deal because they all looking for the same deal.
Right.
And you call them, you figure out what they want. 2-bedroom situation like this right here that wacky guy here on his screen. This can be wholesaled.
Yeah,
it could be wholesaled if need be.
And yeah,
like you saying.
And if anyone plans to do We Buy Homes type of business, don't go too far when it comes to negotiating the deal, because some people who have that type of business go too far. I've been in situations where these We Buy Homes type of people, they call me and offer me a deal, and they offer me what I consider to be crackhead prices, talking about $2,000, we'll buy it. I'm like, I tell them straight out, I say, listen, I'm not a drug addict. Listen, nah, 2,000? Come on.
What? 2,000?
Yeah. So some of these people in that type of business will go too far. And when that person offered me 2,000, I started laughing. Literally, I was laughing because I couldn't believe that person. At first, I thought the person was joking, but then when I realized that person was for real,
serious.
That's serious. I just said, "Hey, listen, have a good day." Yeah,
bro,
that's how it is when you do business in places like Baltimore City. Yeah, because what happened in Baltimore,
it's like Detroit. So it's like Detroit numbers, right? Okay,
yeah, it's like Detroit numbers, and like in Baltimore City, what I was told is that they get away with that, being that there's a lot of people who are drug addicts, and they will sell their homes for cheap just to get money to buy some drugs, which is sad. People would sell their whole property just to buy money for drugs. And you got these individuals in real estate in that area who understand that, takes advantage of that. So it's like when they come across me, they probably think I'm one of these type of drug addicts. I'm like, oh, no.
Wow.
I'm not no drug addict. No. And even if I was, let's just say hypothetically speaking, ain't no drug strong enough for me to sell a property, for me to be that dumb to sell a property for $2,000.
Like, bro, what? That's
yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. I'm sorry. That's I'm sorry for laughing.
No. It is funny. I was laughing. Yeah, I was laughing. It is funny.
Yeah.
I know you know some areas where properties be going for like $3,000-$4,000. Tell me about a story, man. You be in them areas,
dude. Right? I don't know if I told y'all this story about this judge that this guy was a career criminal. The guy had 22 properties. If I find the story, because I know I read about it, I know he had at least several. Because one of the properties that was bought by the judge was around the corner from my friend's house. He just moved into the area. He knew it's a rough area, but you know, like he get people calling him all the time about his house. And you know, one dude, the house, I think he got it through Habitat House. So I think the house's value when he first got it was at like 100,000. Man, he got people calling him, telling him they'll give him 140 for the house right now. You know, and he's like, man, what do you think? I was like, man, stay, because if they offer you 140 now, you walk away with 30 in your pocket. Why not stay and let it go up even more? Because like I was telling you, that the area that he stays in is Cleveland Avenue, and Hateville is like it's like like 2 or 3 blocks over. That area is going for 400 plus. Some you can get roughly a little 200, depending on the condition of the house and how small it is. But that area is generally going up because this judge, she ended up getting the guy locked up. All his properties went into, you know, foreclosure, ready for auction. She snatched up damn near half his properties. And I'm like, that's some inside, finance, because this dude was a big time drug dealer. All he did was buy properties. He rented them out to people, and most of the people he rented out to was his crackheads, you know. And he was good. Like, I was like, that was crazy.
What?
Like, he'll rent the crackhead the property, make sure they pay the rent, and they were buying drugs from him. Like, he had whorehouses. Like one of the properties over by my friend's house, that was the whorehouse. They call it the pink house. It was actually pink on one side, so that's how you knew where the girls were. You go to, they would always say, go to the pink house.
Bruh, Rashid, I'm trying to get monetized, brother.
Oh,
I'm trying to get monetized, man. I got 200 new subscribers, but that's revealing right there, man. He literally had all that. He had a whole operation based off of his purchase of the properties.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, a disclaimer: I do not condone none of the activities said. Nobody in this panel. This does not reflect Real Deal Financial's views by any means. This is just I'm just gonna call it edutainment. This is edutainment right here. But yo, that's crazy, man. People don't realize that, you know, there's a lot of underbellies out there when it comes to real estate, because there you got downtown Chicago getting this development and everything. Anything that's 15 minutes away from downtown is getting developed.
Yeah.
LA Rams Stadium, where the LA Rams play, that homes 150,000, now 800,000. Nipsey Hussle's old hood, Nipsey's hood, 400,000 now to 800, 900.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna send you the link to a story I seen on Vice, where this guy, pretty much I think it was in Mississippi, where you know the family owns 4,000 acres. They own 4,000 acres.
You a brother, I know exactly you about to talk about, because I watched that video, man.
Hey, on point. This guy ran up, found a cousin in New York, out like Detroit, gave him like 5 or 10, 20,000 for a portion of the property, went to the zoning, I guess, and explained to them how he wanted to buy the property. And they have to initially reach out to the family and talk to them about selling, which simple as put it in the newspaper, because you know nobody looks at the newspaper no more. That's how people get out of divorces and stuff back in the day. So the guys initially did that. House went up for auction. I mean, the land went up for auction, and all the family members that were living on the land, they were forced to get off. I think he paid 400,000 for 4,000 acres, over 4,000 acres, 400,000. And
Cool
guess what?
Pomeranian. What?
Go ahead.
Well, finish your story. Finish your story.
I was gonna say, guess what he initially wanted the land for? Just the trees. He could have easily paid the people to get all the trees off, but he wanted all the trees just to, sell the lumber and move on to some other property. So once he gets the land off, he might grow some more trees, but other than that, crazy, ruin the whole family. But go ahead.
But yeah, Cool Pomeranian. What real estate market you're in?
Me, I'm in Alabama. That's where I'm at.
That is funny. Huntsville, Alabama actually has a lot of development going through there.
Yeah. What part? Area? Birmingham?
No, I'm from Tuscaloosa. That's like
Tuscaloosa?
that's like
okay.
50 minute drive from Birmingham. But yeah, bro, it's funny you bring that story up because actually, on my mom's side of the family, I guess like my great granddad whoever bought some land, for like the whole family whatnot. It's been kind of getting passed down, but kind of like how that story is like, I guess the like as time goes, more and more people like their names is on that land, and at this point, I spoke with my mom and like I don't think like they got it like tied down exactly like who own it. So I'm like in my mind like at some point, okay, somebody needs to just come through and just just one person name on the land and just consolidate it. Just to avoid like a situation like like with that Vice, I guess that Vice story.
In that situation what they have to do, it's just like when my uncle passed. You would literally have to take all living relatives. I don't care if they don't deal with the family or not. All of them either have to sign over their rights to the property, and what is it called when your family dies? Like I want to say trust.
A will.
A trust or a will.
I believe so, because they don't like back in the day. A lot of the people like back in the day didn't have wills, so that's why that situation took place. The one I was just referring to, but when the family member die, you have to estate. You have to pretty much take all the family members that's living and put them in something like an estate thing to where all of them have to sign over their rights to that property to that person. I mean, that's even down to the kids. They can find a nephew that was in the family 10 years, afterwards, an aunt that didn't live with the family. She got abolished and kicked out of the family for being pregnant at a young age and, all that stuff, man. Like it literally comes down to that point. You got to have everybody that's living. That was a situation where they were trying to get me to do with my uncle when he passed, because even though I was over his death, his insurance when he died, I was his beneficiary for that. But all his merchandise, all his property, I had to go through the family, get all living family members to sign off for me to get everything that was his, or generally the state was just gonna take it. And that's why that wills and trusts are very important at this time, man. Anything you own and it's not tied down to a particular name in the will or a trust, state's gonna grab it because it's gonna be hard for people to, pretty much. And it takes years and money behind that.
Probate. That's that probate shit. That probate is tough because I can't wholesale probate property due to the fact that one, I can't control it. Two, it's all based off the court procedures of all the court processes. And three, there's gonna be bickering family members that's gonna come out the woodwork. Where one case, there's one client, he had a situation where when he tried to do a probate situation as a wholesale deal, they actually had an independent investigator to figure out who he was. Because he had the ability to get 7-figure type of value of assets for literally a steal. And they didn't like that shit. Like the motherfucker on Belly eating that banana.
Banana.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna drop a
I
dime
don't
on
like
him.
that shit.
I don't like that.
Dime on him.
Wow. Wow.
Ain't like that shit. Oh, they shaking their head. They sick when it comes to that. They sick. Because he was about to get a situation where probably for 400, 500,000, and he was about to assign it probably for about $100,000 markup. So off of that piece of paper, that could have been his margin. But you be in it for so long. You be in a deal for so long because you're waiting for everything, the court procedure to close, the administrator to everything to be confirmed. It's worth the profit. Yeah, wacky. Wacky. Yeah.
I mean, the profit, like you said, the profit is, it can be good, but you just have to go through the headache. If you want to go through the headache, that's on you. Yeah.
Because, Brett, like, that was an opportunity. Rashid, if anybody that's coming in, for all the people that's coming, please like the video. Please feel free to come in, join the panel. Mocha Mommy, if you're still there, you can join the panel. You had a lot of real estate plays. But yeah, like I was saying, when it comes to everything of that, $100,000 markup for probably something that's probably worth $2-3 million, because it looked like something where it had like a ranch. And it also had like some acres behind it.
Oh wow! Oh, yeah, that's a 7-figure deal, all right. That's a seven-figure value.
A 7-figure value. It can be 8-figure if you put some apartment buildings on it.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah.
Easily.
Yes.
Easily. Where the appraisers say wacky situation that you got, your 50 apartment unit, your 100 apartment door. Okay, so pretty much let's do the number crunching numbers right now. So say, because he could have got it for 400,000, 500,000 and wholesaled it, but if he would hold on to it and probably put up 100,000, knock some shit down, or just rearrange something where you can do the apartment building and also what else you can put on there? Golf course, if you got that type of demographic where golf courses can work. But if you can be able to get those 50 doors, charge $1,400 on each door times 50, that's $70,000 a month, times that by 12, that's $840,000 a year. You can get the loan either on the value of the property or you get the loan off of the balance sheet. So if you times that by 8 and sell it, that's actually $6.72 million. If you can raise the rents and hold on to it, probably the $2,000, $3,000, $2,000 a month. Wow. If it's on that situation, yeah, you pretty much turn 400,000 into a damn near 20x investment off of just developing and just thinking outside the box and just expanding units and just looking at the land and just opportunity to be able to build some shit. If he had a country club, that'd be a bigger win. Because you can charge country club fees. You can put a name on it.
Yeah.
You can put a name on it. Got the country club set up. You can be able to charge fees. Or you can be able to, and this is if you're inside the city. If you're inside the city, you can be able to have a dog club. Because, people that are dog freaks, you can have the dog club charge. You can have a dog park. You can charge $34.99 to be involved in some fancy schmancy dog contest where everybody dress up their dog. You can charge vendors for food, make that profit.
Right.
So that was pretty much just a play on inside the city, because the situation that he had, he's pretty much like out in the country doing that. So that would be like apartment developments or what else he can be, because you can finesse the situation 5-6 different ways. 5-6 different ways.
Could possibly build like a little mini mall.
Yeah. Mini mall, apartment, mini mall mixed use, where mini mall with condos, mini mall apartment. Because you can do the combination. If you do the combination deal, you can pretty much either sell it in brackets where you can kind of like do a portfolio bracket where you're bracketing it up where the mall may be worth $3 million, but the apartment building worth 8 million due to the fact that you got a lot of units, 50 unit, 80 unit. It can be 400 unit. If it's a 400 unit, that 600 unit, that's a small community.
Yeah.
So it's all depending on how good your construction workers is, your lender, and 3, your ability to somewhat imagine. You gotta have strong imagination, man. You gotta have the ability to understand that if I can be able to get this acquired, no matter if it's tax deed with some land, probate, just waiting for how long, or a wholesale deal, you got to think value add. You got to put the developer cap on. That's where you start to have to thinking using your sixth sense of a lot of situations. So, but like you're saying, Wacky.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. But yeah, I was just listening.
Because the mall situation, that the mall can be sold for separate, or you can do a portfolio deal and sell it all for a bundle and probably get a little more on the premium. Mocha Mommy, if you want to come on, Mocha, you can be able to come on. The link is definitely there. Okay, so she's talking about Alabama is growing around Birmingham, and says here that happens a lot when people don't have wills and there is no executor. Everybody wants to own the land, but nobody wants to pay the taxes or keep up with code enforcement. Elbow cough.
Yeah, and yeah, man, it's definitely the truth. Because like I said, with my situation, like my mom always, the taxes get paid in the land, but she always has issues like going to my aunts and whatnot and getting them to pay their portion on it.
Yeah. So really, people should just focus on just keeping them up, man. Like, y'all don't know that if whoever that has a good lender, a flexible lender where development is pretty much their forte, asset-based lenders, or building up their personal credit, or building up multiple LLCs in their credit. Meaning that you build up your personal.
Sorry to interrupt, John, but I do have to go. So,
okay.
Yeah, I it was good speaking with you. Coolest Pomeranian, Real Deal Financial, and even Sheed. So it was great speaking with y'all. I do have to go. So,
I respect you, man. All right, have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
Have a good one.
Okay, but like I was saying, when it comes to that, it's just based off of how well you can be able to kind of like innovate a play. But like you were saying, cool.
Brother, I gotta tell you, boy, this MMAT it may squeeze a day. Bro, it's almost up 10%. This is crazy.
Show your screen then.
Hey, let me show you my screen, man. I done saw a couple puts on these things, bro. They already printing. Hold on. All right. All right. Okay. Here we go. Got my screen. Can you see it? All right. You do. Let me put it on like the hour chart. Zoom in. It looks terrible without all these like resistance and supports up and crap. But you can first see like, yeah, this was where we opened, and then this isn't this up. Heck, we already got. Oh boy, yeah, this is probably about to freaking squeeze, man.
Okay, Mocha Mommy, come up on the panel. Okay, come up on the panel. You always bring us some good insights, so that's good. Actually, you actually got price targeting, momentum trading, price action trading, so that you got that down. So Mocha, come up on the panel, Mocha. Come up on the panel. You got a lot of Texas plays. I got a lot of Texas stocks for her as well. So Mo could come up. Anybody wants to join up, please join. Please join. If anybody have any questions, feel free to ask them. For my email, creditbuilder475, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. For anybody that would like to donate, $ Mr. Perfect 23G. And that's $ Mr. Perfect 23G. But so that's up 10%.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, like, they're actually their ticker got changed recently. They're actually in the semiconductor, and I know you mentioned that before, but they're actually in the semiconductor. I guess semiconductor and other devices.
In that niche.
In that niche, yeah. And I know you mentioned some other company, and I know you said with the whole shortage, like, this is definitely something that you want to look into.
TSM. That's the semiconductors or the semiconductor bull. Because like I said, the 3x leverage, you could get the semiconductor bull. So type in the semiconductor 3x bull, please. Do that for me. Because I'm writing stuff down, so I'm kind of preoccupied.
All right.
And I got to get ready to gear up for my clients, so I'm not going to be here for too long.
Yeah, I'm from a 5-day. It's only on a little bit of a dip. This might be a good time to get in this. It's doing them and going up. Well, I can tell.
I told you. 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 I told you.
Yeah, you look at that. Yeah.
I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I meant it. I said it. Because this is a way how to be able to benefit from a shortage. I keep trying to tell everybody, and it's still under $50. That's the crazy part about this. So people that are option traders, they can have call options. People that are long-term holders that want to be able to hold on to this for a whole year to beat regular schmanty index, they can do it. Because that daily 3x semiconductor bull, 3x shares, that's the leveraging tool. That's literally the ability for you to be able to profit on situations like that. So I don't know, man. People are going to cling on to this.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm curious. I know you mentioned that I think it was what EVIO, something like that earlier. I think you mentioned.
Yes, that's a buy. That's you buy the dip. You buy the dip when it comes to that, because that has the government contracts. Yes, you buy the dip.
Okay.
Because that is,
I think
if you look at them
as well, or is just
yes,
government
merger coming. That's bullish news.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess I'll definitely pick me up some of this as well. And okay.
So you look at the merger as something of a bullish play that you could take advantage of. Always can be able to be informed of. Oh yeah, TXTM. That's another situation you need to look at. TXTM.
TM.
Look at the 5-day chart.
5-day.
1 month. Because you study the trends like that. So you do the 5-day, 1 month. And that blew up because of a merger news. So that's not even really hit its actual mark because it's a 10x. It's a 10x play. So what I do is I'm going to hold on to this until it's 15 cents. People that are already in this, I tell them conservatively, look at it at 5 cents. Because a merger is bullish news, pink current, and there's a pink current deadline in September. So all of these stocks that you see, they are all transitioning to beat that deadline so they can be able to become a stock where they can be able to keep trading without getting delisted, situation scenarios like that. But CRSM, that's another play. CRSM, and we're going to take this home. We're going to drive this home. We're going to close out the show.
All right.
CRSM.
Okay.
That is up 123% in the past 5 days. That's because of a merger partnership. I told people about this like a month ago on that list. So when you see a whole bunch of ticketers, definitely use Benzinga. Definitely, you can also go on Twitter and do $, the ticket symbol of CRSM, to be able to see more due diligence and information and research surrounding the stuff that I give you. Always do your own due diligence. But Cool Pomeranian, it's about time to be able to go.
All right. Hey, it's been good, man. It's been good. So I need to get some work done anyway. So
everybody that's coming in, I definitely appreciate everybody. If anybody needs to get in contact with me, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. That's my email. If anybody wants to be able to get a free list, they can get a free list as well. People don't have to spend money with me in order to make money. So, Cool Pomeranian, it was a pleasure.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I haven't forgot. I still need to email you and get something set up. I just been busy, man. So.
Well, you got my email, right?
Yeah, I got your email.
Okay. So like everybody needs to have a productive week. Look at the bond yield. Look at the bonds market. Look at Jerome Powell. Look at the bear market in China. Look at oil and gas stocks, because oil and gas is still up. So that's SSOF. That is 66 oil field that has blown up 100% in the past 2 weeks. It has a merger coming up, so it can keep on running. So I love everybody that has supported. I love everybody that has liked and shared and also subscribe to the channel. I'm Real Deal Financial. I'm your host. Respect everybody. RDF out.